Welcome to Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, home of the two-time defending Arena Bowl champion Arizona Rattlers. This afternoon, a rematch of last year's National Conference Championship game. The undefeated 8-0 Rattlers host the Spokane Shock. The two teams squared off earlier this season in Week 2, with Arizona coming away with the victory by a score of 68-49. Hello everybody, Chris Harris here, and welcome to the Rattlers pregame show on Cox 7. Coming up, we'll break down this afternoon's big matchup between Arizona and Spokane. Also, we catch up with some of the Rattlers players during a recent visit to St. Vincent de Paul, where the players continue to do a great job of giving back to the community. Also, we have a story of local guys doing good. Some of the Rattlers players actually grew up playing here, and now they stood up for the team they grew up cheering for. Let's now start things off by hearing from head coach Kevin Guy and hear what he has to say about the health scare he suffered before last weekend's game up in Portland.
Well, I thought I was having a heart attack, you know. I mean, when I got to the emergency room, they told me the symptoms of a gallbladder feels like a heart attack. So that's why I was feeling that way. But, you know, basically, you know, I just started having some symptoms. I had a lot of pressure in my stomach, in my chest, and in my back. And so, you know, I was looking for my trainer. He was over at the arena already setting up for the players to come in that afternoon, and they were going to drive me over to the trainer. And I was like, hell no, we're going to the hospital, okay? It was definitely a little bit of a scary moment, you know, because you've never been through that before. But, you know, I think, you know, if it was my time, it was my time. If the good Lord was going to take me, he's going to take me. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think God's got a plan for me. He put me on earth for a reason, and he put me here to be a leader of men and to give people pain. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. So I don't think he's ready to take me yet. I got a lot of work to do.
All right, let's now head upstairs to the guys calling the action for this afternoon's game. Kevin Ray and Dale Hellstray. Guys, we know KG likes to deliver pain.
Well, no doubt about that, and if it's proven anything, Dale, it's shown once again that this team, whether it be injuries or in this case, a health scare, whatever adversity thrown their way, they seem to rise to the challenge.
Well, a couple of things jumped in mind. Number one, obviously he's now telling the players, hey, you can play through some pain. I can coach through some pain. The other thing I took away from that was he said, hey, if you ever have to go to the emergency room, there's a long line, tell them shortness of breath and left arm tingling, they'll move you right to the front of the line.
It's like the fast pass at the amusement park. Let's take a look at the standings, because this Rattler team comes in unbeaten, best start in franchise history, and showing no signs of letting up, particularly there in the West Division, where Los Angeles and San Antonio are in disarray. A big game, though, for Spokane today, sitting here at 5-3, considering San Jose having come through with a victory last night.
Again, you take a look at those standings right now, Arizona controlling their division, but they want to make sure that they examine what they're doing, and they want to distribute the dominance over this league.
Let's talk about their offensive gunslinger, Nick Davila. This guy playing at a level not seen in recent years. His stretch over the last 4 games is eye-popping, Dale.
You take a look at his stats and just the confidence with which he's throwing the football, getting good protection, hasn't been sacked since the last time these two teams played. That's 6 games ago. 500 touchdowns now in his career. Remember last week, his dad went through a health scare. He missed a bunch of practice time last week, yet was able to come out and perform on game day. The numbers there are just eye-popping.
Has already garnered MVP honors in the past, and certainly looking the way things are stacking up right now to be the prohibitive favorite. Let's flip the script here and talk about defense, because it was all about the defense last week on the road in Portland. Cliff Dukes just absolutely wreaking havoc on the Thunder.
He had a breakout game. Obviously, we know he has this type of ability, but 3 sacks from him, 3 interceptions by Brown. You just take a look at the way that this defense responded, because the coaching staff for the last couple of weeks has been preaching turnovers. They've been getting pressure on the quarterback. They've been winning football games, but they know they needed turnovers to dominate teams. They're able to do that last week.
And the guy on the back end of that pressure, courtesy of Dukes, is Marquise Floyd, coming through with the trifecta, 3 picks in that victory last week.
He did such a nice job. They're co-defensive players of the week, and you talk about Floyd, he can make plays all over the football field. He's not afraid to jump some routes and and make some plays. Those are the kind of players that Coach Guy likes.
Second meeting of the regular season between these two teams, and it's a Spokane team that has always matched up very well with Arizona, but they're going to have to take the field today minus the league's reigning MVP in Eric Meyer. He's out for at least the next 5 to 6 weeks.
Obviously a huge blow to this Spokane team, and now you're getting another quarterback in there. Will he be able to stand up to the pressure? Eric Meyer had a tremendous season last year. Are they going to be able to overcome the loss of him?
And of course, Chris, we know the Rattlers playing so well here at home over the last couple of seasons and look to continue that stretch here today.
Thank you so much, guys. Now, all of you at home, we want you to be a part of the broadcast as well. The Cox 7 Rattlers social media. You can hit us up on Facebook and on Twitter. And for more on that, let's bring in the fourth member of our team, our social media reporter, Lindsay Smith. Lindsay, what do you got going on?
Thanks, Chris. Well, it's just about halfway through the season now, so let's start the conversation online with your favorite memories so far this year. You can share yours with us on Facebook at Cox 7 Arizona Sports or on Twitter at Cox 7 Arizona. Mine was when our Keith Brown tossed San Antonio's wide receiver DJ Stevens over the dasher board, and some lucky fans walked away with some action and a ball to keep. Chris, what about you?
Well, for me, I know it's fresh in my mind, but it's got to be Kevin Guy last weekend up in Portland. The guy thinks he's going to suffer a heart attack while in his hotel room before the game, gets himself to ER, gets out of there and makes it over for the game and, leads the Rattlers to a victory. I mean, absolutely impressive. And KG, that's him, though. He survives the pain and leads these guys to victory. So KG has got my early vote, no doubt about it. All right, when we come back, the players pay a visit to St. Vincent de Paul in downtown Phoenix, where the Rattlers give back to those in need. Stay right where you are. We're just getting started on the Rattlers pregame show on Cox 7.
The Auction Indian community and Troon Golf invite you to tee up a pure golf experience at Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club. Ranked as one of the top 10 best courses you can play in Arizona by Golf Week, Auction Southern Dunes is known for its relaxed atmosphere, premier course conditions, and spectacular service. Just 30 minutes south of Sky Harbor Airport, Auction Southern Dunes features stunning golf and a casual yet elegant restaurant. Visit us at golfsoutherndunes.com for the best available rates. Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club, a pure golf experience.
Sanderson Ford, country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford country.
Sanderson Ford.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
Come out and support your two-time defending AFL champion Arizona Rattlers. Great tickets still remain for the May 31st game against conference rival San Jose. Go to www.azrattlers.com or call 602-514-TDTD for the greatest show on turf. The Rattlers are not only champions on the field, but off the field as well, as they continue to make a difference in the lives of others in our community. This year, the Arizona Rattlers and the Society of St. Vincent de Paul have partnered up for a season-long community outreach to collect non-perishable food and items to benefit local families in need. The team recently paid a visit to the downtown Phoenix location.
When we started talking to the director, and we found out that they have the donation stores, but that stuff doesn't make it back here. They have to do their own drives to get shoes, to get jackets, to get sundries and toothpaste. So we kind of, our whole committee got together and we thought about, well, how about if we try to collect all that at all of our games? And that's kind of how it started.
I never seen you.
Yes, you have. I remember you.
What's your name?
Long time ago. I think it's 5th.
when I came out to the tour, it was unbelievable, all the work they do here. They have a dentist, they have a medical place, so you can come in and get a shower, you can borrow a suit to go for a job interview. It's everything to get people back on their feet and help keep them on their feet.
St. Vincent de Paul also has 6 charity dining rooms throughout the valley, where they serve more than 1 million hot meals a year.
We serve primarily homeless men and women at other sites. And here at this dining room, it's the working poor families. Families that come here to eat with us are actually saving their dollars, so it stretches their dollars so they can either buy clothing for their children, maybe pay their rent or utilities, help them to do other things with their money. So the money they save by coming with us allows them to do more with their disposable income at home.
Hello, how's it going? How you doing? Looking good. There you go. All right, thank you.
There's one. I need 1 more of these, and then 3 full chilies. There we go.
On this day, Rattlers players helped serve dinners to families and brighten the spirits of children that needed a little lift.
It's great. You know, the kids, the families, the grown-ups, it's great to help out, and if we can do just a little bit in someone's day, it's always a good thing to see.
We sign up for these events, you know, to do these. When they say we have this, we say, yes, I can do that, you know. So it's all the stuff you see us at, it's not like we're being forced to do it. We want to do it because we believe that it's helping someone and it helps ourselves, and, you know, not just helping in the organization and making someone look good, even though I hope it does, you know, but we're here for a good purpose and a good cause.
Go up, now come all the way down. That is 4. Great job.
These guys enjoy it. I mean, it isn't a job for them. I mean, we had 11 of them volunteer to come here tonight, and they want to do this stuff, and so it really does your heart good to know that, you know, there's these guys doing their football, trying to make it, but they have time to come in and, you know, help people that are a little less fortunate.
Remember to bring non-perishable items to any Rattler game. The organization has set a goal of collecting 100,000 pounds of Hope in a Box this season. For more information, or if you want to get involved, donate, or volunteer with St. Vincent de Paul, you can call 602-266-4673, or just go to their website at www.stvincentdepaul.net. All right, when we come back, we'll check out all of the action in Week 10 around the Arena Football League when the Rattlers pregame show on Cox 7 continues in just a moment.
I like to go out on the town, hit the floor, and double down. Casino, Arizona, win your way.
I like to play a slot or two, catch a game
with my crew. Casino, Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game. If you're not here, you're late.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino, Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
How do the Arizona Rattlers kick off their season? By improving their training skills at Fast Foothills Acceleration and Sports Training, where you can perfect your speed, agility, strength. By honing in on these key skills, you will have the winning edge and ability to compete at the highest of levels. Foothills Sports Medicine. Train like the pros, perform like the pros.
Welcome back to Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, everybody. Let's now take you around the Arena Football League and get you caught up on all of the action taking place in Week 10. We open up with highlights from last night's LA Kiss at Pittsburgh game. And it's 43-year-old Aaron Garcia. Big trade this week. Brings him to LA Kiss.
First down.
First play, Garcia He's gonna get sacked by James Bryant. Garcia fumbles, and it's recovered by Anthony Hoke for the power touchdown. Later in the first, it's gonna be Pittsburgh quarterback. As you see, Garcia not a happy camper. Pittsburgh quarterback Tommy Grady hits Sean Kalanamoku for the pitch and catch. 21-0 power. The route is on. Second quarter, former Rattler Virgil Grave picks off Garcia at the goal line, and he is off to the races. Forget 50 Shades of Gray, ladies. It's 50 yards of gray. The 43rd career pick for Virgil, tied for 8th all-time in the AFL. He would later leave the game with a right leg injury. Second half, Grady finds Tyrone Gordon. Check out this catch, folks. Unbelievable one-handed grab, and the power roll over the Kiss by a score of 50-26. Look at some of the numbers here. Aaron Garcia, a very forgettable first game with the LA Kiss. Tommy Grady, nice numbers for him as the power moved to 6-3 on the year. It was Philadelphia moving their record to 5-4 as they outscored Tampa Bay 34-7 in the second half during the Souls win over the Storm. And how about Orlando and Jacksonville? The game was tied 50 apiece. Last play of the game, Jacksonville tries a game-winning field goal. They miss it. Gerald Young gets the ball off the nets and returns it all the way for a touchdown as the Predators get the win on the last play of the game in regulation. And how about New Orleans and San Antonio? It is the Voodoo getting the win over the Talons by a score of 62-44. Let's now head to San Jose, where the 5-3 SaberCats hosted the 2-6 Portland Thunder. Third meeting already this season between these two teams. Early in the first, Portland quarterback Danny Southwick, who's the stepson of legendary broadcaster Larry King, is greeted with a big hello by Jason Stewart for the SaberCats safety. San Jose leads 9-6. After an unsuccessful onside attempt by the Thunder, SaberCat QB Russ Mickna hooks up the wide-open Jason Willis, and San Jose opens up the 37-13 halftime lead. Third quarter now, Mickna hits Dominique Curry. Curry 4 touchdowns on the night. Mickna threw for 6 scores in his first 11 completions of the game, and San Jose pounds Portland 64-27, the final. And you take a look at Mickna's numbers right there. He also added a rushing touchdown, 7 passing TDs in all. And how about the Cleveland Gladiators, folks? They move to 8-0 on the season. They are for real as they get the win over Iowa. Let's now take a look at this week's power rankings in the Arena Football League. You saw the Gladiators win right there. They moved to 8-0 on the season, and they are the top-ranked team in the AFL according to the power rankings. Your Arizona Rattlers sit nicely at number 2. We'd like to see them up on top, and I'm sure that will happen as we move forward. San Jose at number 3.
Leader, all copy products. Our managed print services solution provides a worry-free printing environment, making your business more efficient and saving you money. Learn more now at allcopyproducts.com. For document solutions for your business, trust the leader, All Copy Products. Our managed print services solution provides a worry-free printing environment, making your business more efficient and saving you money. Learn more now at allcopyproducts.com.
Hey Rattler fans, I'm Chris Coraggio. Did you know that the busiest orthopedic hospital in the Valley is now the official hospital of your Arizona Rattlers? I'm talking about Oasis Hospital, which transforms the healthcare experience. They treat their patients just like family. And now they're part of the Rattlers family. Oasis is thrilled to partner up with the most exciting team in all of the Arena League. To learn more about Oasis Hospital, visit their website, oasishospital.com. And go Rattlers!
The 2014-2015 Sidewinder calendar is on sale now. The Sidewinders have teamed up with Lawless Denim & Company at Cityscape for this season's calendar. Copies are limited, so get yours early. The calendars are sold in the team shop, at games, and through the Rattlers retail stores. For Jason Murrieta, Nick Miller, and Isaac Remington, not only are they enjoying being a part of the Rattlers franchise record start to the season at 8-0, but they're doing it with the hometown team they grew up playing for.
I remember the Harley coming out, you know, I still remember that, all the flames as a kid. I mean, I remember one of the players gave me a wristband, and I was so excited.
The excitement, you know, the people running out on the field, throwing balls in the air, the cannon going off. You know, the electric feeling that was inside the arena is just a different, different field of football. And so it was, everything about it was pretty exciting.
Jason Murrieta got the Glendale community excited in 2002 when he led Ironwood High School to the state championship game. A couple years later, Nick Miller proved to be a reliable receiver at Red Mountain High School in Mesa. And Isaac Remington was a wrecking ball at Valley Christian High School in Chandler. Now, the three of them have brought their talents together for the Arizona Rattlers.
I like being part of organizations that do the right thing and control it the right way and treat their players the right way, and they do that here at the Rattlers, and that's what I liked when I was at Oregon. That's what I liked when I was at Valley Christian. It's a good organization, coaches are great, up to the owner.
It's a blessing for sure, being able to continue to put on the cleats and throw the football around with amazing athletes, and then being a part of my hometown. And I'm a big family guy, so being able to stay around my family and still play the game that I love, in the age that I'm at right now, 29, not too old, but it's a blessing.
Murrieta has been reliable in his role for head coach Kevin Guy.
I don't refer to him as the backup quarterback. I refer to him as the other quarterback, because if something ever happens to Nick, we feel like Jason can step in and help us win, and we won't miss a beat.
Miller hasn't missed a beat, making the transition from the NFL, where he spent 4 years, to the AFL.
He's a great talent, hard worker, love his work ethic and his attitude, and just comes to play, and brings the lunchbox to work every day. So, he's been a good fit for us.
Remington has also been a welcomed addition to this year's team.
He's big, he's physical, he's a pocket collapser, and that's kind of our style on defense, is we want to physically beat you up throughout the whole game. And he's got long arms and can really get some extension and help collapse the pockets.
For the hometown heroes, getting to play in front of friends and family has been a great experience, although handling ticket requests can be a bit of a process.
That is a process. I try and tell my family, you got to give me at least a week notice. If you don't let me know who's going, then you're out, and don't ask me on Saturday, because I'm not divvying it up. I got other things to worry about, and rather than tickets.
That's why I made this decision, is because I get to play here. I think I've had about 30 tickets every game. Just having the family here, there's really nothing like playing in front of your friends and family. It's exciting. You have your whole little section you see up there. It's awesome. They got the Miller Time chant. They got the shirts. They got the 5 on the back. Little bit of everything.
It's always a good experience having family there and looking up in the crowd and knowing that your loved ones are there to watch you do what you love. So it's great support, and I appreciate them for coming to my game.
It's always nice to see the local guys doing good. All right, let's now check in with Lindsay Smith and see what's going on in the social media scene as Fang cranks things up here in US Airways Center. Lindsay?
Hey, Chris, what we want fans at home to be a part of our broadcast, and the best way to do that is our Ask Dale segment. Our color analyst, Dale Hellestrade, is a 3-time Super Bowl winning champ, and he's here to answer your questions. You can post them on our Facebook page at Cox 7 Arizona Sports, or tweet them to us at Cox 7 Arizona. We'll pick one for him to answer live in the third quarter, and the lucky fan whose question is chosen will win this Arizona Rattlers t-shirt autographed by Cliff Dukes. Chris?
Thank you so much, Lindsay. When the Rattlers pregame show on Cox 7 continues, we take a closer look at Nick Davila by the numbers as the Latin Laser continues to make his mark on the record books. We will be right back.
I like to go out on the town, hit the floor, and double down. Casino, Arizona, win your way.
I like to play a slot or two, catch a game
With my crew, Casino, Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game. If you're not here, you're lame.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino, Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
He's broken more bones than he can remember. He's a daredevil and a father. He's focused and ambitious. This is Launch Point by Edge Factor.
Watch Launch Point Sunday at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. only on Cox 7. Launch Point is brought to you in part by the Maricopa Community Colleges, preparing students to meet the need of tomorrow's workforce today.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
Welcome back to Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, everybody, as we are just minutes away from kickoff between the Rattlers and the Shock. Rattlers quarterback Nick Davila has been nothing short of spectacular this season, and last week the Latin Laser continued his assault on the record books when he became the fastest player ever to throw 500 career TD passes, and in the process moved into a tie for 8th place on the AFL's all-time list. And look what Nick has done in just 4.5 seasons. He's gone for over 100 touchdowns each and every year, and he's going to do it once again this season. And if you look at Nick's numbers in the last 4 games, absolutely incredible. He's got almost as many touchdown passes as incompletions. He's got a TD pass 1 every 2.5 completions. He's thrown for at least 7 TDs every game this season in the last 4 games, 36 TDs versus 1 interception. Absolutely incredible. Well, that'll do it for us here on the Rattler pregame show on Cox 7. Up next, it's kickoff between Arizona and Spokane. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Sanderson Ford. Country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford Country.
Sanderson Ford.
Ultrastar Multitainment Center, where kids are the stars.
The Arizona Rattlers are back on Cox 7, ready to defend their title. Don't miss exciting Rattlers action this season as Coach Kevin Guy and the Rattlers take on the AFL in their quest for a third straight title. Stay with the Cox 7 sports team all season long as they bring you fast-paced, action-packed, crowd-pleasing Arizona Rattlers arena football. Championship football is back on Cox 7, Monday at 7 p.m. Watch the encore as the Rattlers host the Spokane Shock from the Snake Pit.
Pushed the two-time defending champs to a perfect 8-0. Today, Arizona returns home to face a Spokane team reeling from injuries and looking to maintain critical playoff positioning. It's the Arizona Rattlers and Spokane Shock in a Sunday afternoon AFL showdown here on Cox 7. Well, hi again, everybody, alongside the former Dallas Cowboy, Dale Hellestrae, Kevin Ray. Delighted you can be with us for this Sunday afternoon matchup. Great matchup, one that we saw last year in the postseason. The Rattlers advancing to the, of course, Arena Bowl championship game. A Spokane team, as we noted, though, Dale, coming a little beaten up right now.
They are. You lose your quarterback, the defending player of the year. That's asking a lot for the team to overcome, but this Spokane team has always played the Rattlers tough, and they expect nothing less today.
As we mentioned, a franchise best start, 8-0, and one of the big reasons why, the play of their quarterback, Nick Davila. We've seen him play at a high level, but maybe none more so than over the last 5 to 6 weeks.
He's been absolutely amazing. 72.1% completion percentage, 1,240 yards, 36 touchdowns, 1 interception, not turning the ball over, throwing the ball for a lot of yards, leading this football team. And Coach Guy said he's playing as good as he's ever seen him play, and Nick Davila has played really good in this league.
And credit that offensive front hasn't been sacked since these two teams met back in late March. On the other side of the ball, they are playing at an equally high level, and one player in particular last week really ratcheted the intensity up. Cliff Duke coming off of a phenomenal performance against Portland.
They've been preaching to get pressure on the quarterback. They've done that. Then they said, we need to start getting sacks and turnovers. Well, guess what? The Rattlers were able to do that last week. 3 sacks by Dukes coming from the defensive end position, doing an absolutely tremendous job.
Meanwhile, as we mentioned, Spokane comes limping in here, minus the reigning league MVP and Eric Meyer, one of the game's very best, and they're going to be without his services for at least the next 5 to 6 weeks.
It's going to be kind of interesting to see how the Rattlers come out and play the new quarterback. You're going to put some pressure on him. You're going to change coverage, those kind of things. See how this Spokane offense adjusts on the fly.
The Rattlers back in the Snake Pit, looking to remain unbeaten. The Shock, they've got other things on their mind. Kickoff when we come back.
Sanderson Ford. Country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford Country.
Sanderson Ford.
Back at Action Field inside U.S. Airways Center. Another great crowd on hand, welcoming home their Rattlers after back-to-back road wins. They welcome the Spokane Shock. Let's take a look at today's Dale's Keys.
Always kind of interesting to get to talk to Coach Guy during the week. What's important to him? Number one, you got to continue to protect Nick. Remember, Spokane might have lost their quarterback, but their defense leads the Arena Football League in sacks. They're going to mix up those defensive coverages. They want to see if this new quarterback, if the wide receivers can be on the exact same page. And talk about that new quarterback, Donovan Portery will be the new quarterback, and then keep Spokane off balance defensively by mixing in some 3-step, 5-step screens and runs.
Arizona in the all-black uniforms with the copper helmets. Nick Miller back deep to receive, has done a very nice job in the return game. And here we go. Rattlers and the Shock. Miller takes it cleanly, splits the 5 out across the 10, and he's grabbed there around the shoe tops. A nice open field tackle. Here's a look at that Rattlers offensive front. Huey sliding over to the tight end position. Sherman Carter gets a start at center, and Keith Williams there is the offensive guard. Windsor, Reed, Miller, and Singleton in the backfield. Tyson Poots is in uniform, active today, but he'll be coming off the bench. Davitt, a deep drop, has some pressure on the backside, but delivers a strike to Miller at midfield, and Miller able to shake the oncoming defender and fights forward for about an extra 8 or 9 yards.
Going to be interesting watching this Rattler offense right in the middle. Sherman Carter stepping in for Jeff Maddox, who got hurt last week, listed as a lower body injury. It started every game at center up to this game, but the coaches have a ton of confidence in Sherman Carter, a young kid. They don't think he's going to be blinded by the big lights today.
Reed in motion. Davila looking to the left, finds Reed. Touchdown, Arizona. One of their longer drives of the season.
I'm sorry, but you can get spoiled being an Arizona Rattler fan. Nick Davila, Kerry Reed, they make it look so easy, and it's not that easy, but this offense is operating at such a high level right now.
12th touchdown catch of the season for Kerry Reed. As Barthon for the point after. It is up and good. A quick and successful opening series for the Rattlers. They're on top, 7-0.
The Auction Indian community and Troon Golf invite you to tee up a pure golf experience at Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club. Ranked as one of the top 10 best courses you can play in Arizona by Golf Week, Auction Southern Dunes is known for its relaxed atmosphere, premier course conditions, and spectacular service. Just 30 minutes south of Sky Harbor Airport, Auction Southern Dunes features stunning golf and a casual yet elegant restaurant. Visit us at golfsoutherndunes.com for the best available rates. Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club, a pure golf experience.
Support your two-time defending AFL champion Arizona Rattlers. Great tickets still remain for the May 31st game with conference rivals, the San Jose SaberCats. Go to ArizonaRattlers.com or call 602-514-TDTD for the greatest show on turf. Little birthday celebration going on today here at Auction Field. It's Striker's birthday. All of his mascot friends hanging out today. I saw you eyeing a cake down there, Ellis Ray, but you're going to have to fight off a pack of hungry mascots, I'm afraid.
Goodness. Get away there, Mr. Cardinal and Sun Devil, Sparky. What a great atmosphere here. Pretty good crowd on hand, and you just kind of wonder, how long is it going to take for this community to realize that they have a really, really special thing going here with the Arizona Rattlers. Lots of protection up front. We've talked about that. You get protection, you give Nick Davila time to throw the football, and these wide receivers time to run routes. They're almost uncoverable. We talked about the middle of that line, Sherman Carter getting his first start. You have a young fullback and Alex Singleton, two young guys working together for the first time. Nice job on that drive.
Terrence Sanders, one of the league's premier return men, back deep to receive the kick here from Barth. And won't get that opportunity. Well-placed kick by Casey Barth. Let's take a look at that Spokane offense, and certainly missing one of their key pieces, really two key pieces. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Coming in averaging nearly 57 points per game. Robinson, Afif, and Cave up front. Brandon Tompkins, Washington. Rashad Carter, versatile player who also played some quarterback. And Tapua is the fullback. And Carter's lined up as the quarterback, trying to hand it off. They do manage to get rid of the football, but Cliff Dukes, I'm not sure, would he have been credited for 2 tackles since he had 2 guys in his grasp in the end zone?
Watch right here. Looks like he's going to steal the handoff, trying to run a little read option here, and obviously Spokane had not run that play very much. And look at Dukes come in untouched, trying to grab both players as he falls into the end zone. Tremendous play by Cliff Dukes.
So Carter, who is normally the receiver, throws deep here, right down the middle, a perfectly placed strike over the shoulder of the defender Floyd, who never got his eyes up, and they connect downfield to Mike Washington, a pickup for 37.
Nice comeback by the young quarterback, and Washington, good route running right down the middle of the field. Pretty good coverage downfield. Carter able to drop that ball in there, and Carter listed on their depth chart as a wide receiver. He's also played some quarterback, and he gets a start here today.
Well, Carter being pressed into action 2 weeks ago in LA when Meyer went down with that broken collarbone. Little swing pass out of the backfield and completes it. And moving it upfield quickly that time. Nice job. See Dukes up front coming on with that 3-sack performance last week. Antosh Hawthorne. Tyree Glasper enjoying another outstanding campaign. Jeremy Kellum. Markeith Brown, part of that talented Rattlers secondary.
Kelly on the carry. Well, it's interesting. You look at this Rattler defense. You play a heck of a game last week, but they're not afraid to make changes, and that's what keeps them so competitive as they compete during the week for their positions. And Isaac Remington getting the start today for Marcus Pittman, and that's because Remington's been playing better in games and a little more consistent right now than Marcus Pittman, who's put together a pretty good year.
Carter gets the shove from behind, and that extra effort pushes him across the goal line for the Spokane touchdown.
Well, the one thing Coach Guy did expect today was some unusual things from this offense. And we've seen different types of motion from the Spokane Shock, and they were able to overcome almost a first play safety blunder, try the ball down and score a touchdown.
Point after is good by Taylor Rowan. And the Shock come through with a nice opening drive and tied up at 7-7 with 9:29 to play here in the opening quarter.
my crew. Casino Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game. If you're not here, you're late.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
Hey Rattler fans, I'm Chris Coraggio. Did you know that the busiest orthopedic hospital in the Valley is now the official hospital of your Arizona Rattlers? I'm talking about Oasis Hospital, which transforms the healthcare experience. They treat their patients just like family. And now they're part of the Rattlers family. Oasis is thrilled to partner up with the most exciting team in all of the Arena League. To learn more about Oasis Hospital, visit their website, oasishospital.com. And go Rattlers!
(7-7), Arizona and Spokane all tied up here early first quarter. Let's check in with Lindsay Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, fans at home, we want you to be a part of our broadcast, and by doing so, we also want you to talk with us online. So join the conversation. You can Facebook with us at Cox7 Arizona Sports or tweet with us at Cox7 Arizona. Right now, we're reminiscing on the 2014 season so far, so let us know what your favorite memory is. Guys?
Thank you very much, Lindsay. See Coach Andy Olson talking things over with his quarterback, at least for today. Could be quarterback for the foreseeable future, who knows. Donovan Portery, a rookie out of New Mexico, got the action last week, but perhaps because of the opponent, Olson felt better having a veteran, even though he hasn't taken a lot of snaps at quarterback, versus throwing a rookie out there against this tenacious Arizona defense. Arkeith Brown back deep to receive. That one kind of caroms off the pipes, but hits a fortuitous bounce and managed to avoid the first wave of defenders. And Brown manages to maintain possession and take it out across the 5, close to the 6.
People don't realize how difficult this is to turn your back to guys running down, wanting to knock your block off, and able to find the ball, grab it, make sure he secures it, and gain a few yards. And going back to the change of quarterback for Spokane, I have a feeling part of that is because they're going to be running some of that read option. They want Carter to be able to run the football a little bit and give them another dimension back there.
Davila deep drop, looks to his left, completes to Rod Windsor. And Windsor muscles his way ahead for a pickup of about 13, close to 14 yards.
Well, Kevin, when you sit here and look at the season as the Rattlers go into hurry-up mode, 65 touchdowns coming into the game for Davila versus 71 incompletions.
Here's to give to Singleton, trying to get around the edge, but unable to do so. Nice pursuit that time by that shock defense.
I mean, you need to digest that. 65 touchdowns, now 66. He still only has the 71 incompletions. That's absurd.
Deep drop here on second down, looks across the middle, finds a wide open Rod Windsor, who gets a nice downfield block from his teammate Kerry Reed, and as a result, picks it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rattlers. And check that, it was Nick Miller who did a nice job of getting the downfield block for his teammate Windsor, who takes it in for the score.
That's what you love about this Arizona Rattler football team. So unselfish. Good protection up front. Again, just a deep crossing route. Catches it right in stride. And look at Miller downfield blocking for his buddy Windsor, making sure he gets into the end zone. The unselfishness of this football team is just outstanding.
And that number for Davila changes again.
No, only one number does. He now has 67 touchdowns and 71 incompletions.
29 yards on the touch. Davila to Windsor. Arizona on top, 14-7.
Sanderson Ford. Country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford Country.
Sanderson Ford.
Ultrastar Multitainment Center, where kids are the stars.
14-7, Arizona on top. Let's check in with the fourth member of our broadcast team today, Chris Harris.
Thank you so much, K-Ray. Hey, Dale, you touched on it. The impressive stats this season for Nick Davila. He's already got 2 quick touchdowns here early this afternoon. Came into this afternoon's game, 65 TD passes, 71 incompletions. In the last 2 games, he's had more TD passes than incompletions, and then he's got a touchdown pass for every 2.5 completions, at least 7 TDs in every game this season. What they season high of 10 versus Jacksonville. In those last 4 games, 36 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Guys, very impressive numbers.
No doubt about it as Barth gets his leg into this one. Aaron Sanders fielding it cleanly out across the 10, and then gets ridden into the dasher boards there by Kerry Reed.
It's interesting talking to Coach Guy, talking to Connie Kauai, talking to the coaching staff about the number of guys who are playing at such a high level right now. Obviously, Nick Davila, the cream of the crop, playing as well as I've ever seen any arena quarterback play. Starting off this game, 4 for 4, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just shocking.
And there is the rookie quarterback, Portery. Had all of 3 practices before their game last week. And here is Carter showing you his athleticism. Does a nice read. Got a little cutback alley and surges ahead for a pickup of 8.
And those are the different looks you're going to see from this Shock team this afternoon, I believe, because you've seen a lot more of that stuff in high school football, and it's even made its way to the NFL, the read option. And when you have an athletic quarterback who can break tackles and make plays, it puts a lot of stress on your defense.
And something you just don't see very often here on the AFL level. Carter will take it again, but this time Glasper and Pittman and the rest of that defense ready for it. They drive him back. He'll lose about a half yard. So it sets up 3rd down.
You just look at this really front 4 for the Rattlers, whether it be Pittman or Remington, Hawthorne, Dukes, and Tyree Glasper, just playing at such a high level. Just watch. He's going to try and bounce out here and follow his pulling guard, and there's just nowhere to go. Patrick Afif, the left guard, not able to get any downhill push, that physical front of the Arizona Rattlers.
3rd and 3. Carter looked to his left, and the Rattlers defense didn't buy the fake. He'll lose another half yard. Glasper up front along with Antaj Hawthorne, and sets up 4th down.
Well, I have a feeling that you're planning on going for it on 4th down anyway. And remember at the beginning of last year, a lot of these arena teams thought the way to beat the Rattlers was to try to make the game go quicker, have long, drawn-out, time-consuming drives. That works as long as you continue to get first downs.
Spokane, 60% conversion rate on the season on 4th down, but that's with Meyer. Carter looking back to his right, found his big offensive lineman. Unfortunately, Duke Robinson forgot the football.
What a nicely devised play. Ran almost to perfection. You see Carter rolling out to his left, goes back across his body. All 6'5", 330 pounds of Duke Robinson had a chance. Nicely thrown ball. See the eyes come off the ball momentarily, and I tell you what, you're one of those Rattler defensive backs. You do not want to have to try to tackle Big Duke with a full head of steam.
Well, the Rattlers defense able to turn them over on downs. Gives it back to Davila and company. Is able to elude the oncoming rush. There is a penalty marker down. And looks like the infraction will be charged against Spokane.
That's
got an early jump.
Yeah, that's going to be Briggs, number 11. Jump on the snap count.
Fumble recovered by Spokane. Illegal formation, number 11, defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
An illegal formation on number 11 simply means his hand was not on the ground. If you're one of the 3 defensive linemen in arena football, you have to have your hand on the ground when the ball snapped. And you see right there, Briggs' hand comes off the ground before the ball is snapped. And the one thing that the Rattlers offensively knew that they needed to do, they're going to change up the snap count, because this Spokane shock defense, the ends especially, very, very quick and like to jump the snap count when they can.
They come in with 21 sacks on the season, so they are able to get pressure. Davila looks deep corner, finds Reed. Reed, no. Bobbled it at the last moment, and you could see kind of use that back corner board in order to pin the football. Coach Kevin Guy pointing to the board. He may look for a challenge and replay.
Really nice route, good protection up front. Nice throw by Nick Davila to the corner of the end zone. Reaches out with one hand and certainly looked like he had control with his right hand there. And might be one of those where you want a challenge, but Kevin Guy says, you know what, we'll go on second down.
Davila bobbled it, manages to keep possession, and then throws a bullet to Windsor near side. Drilled into the turf just as he threw the football. James Ruffin is able to apply the pressure on Davila. There is a penalty marker down. Infraction charged against Spokane's Paul Stevens, young player out of Central Missouri State. First and goal to go here for Arizona, who leads at 14-7. Just under 2.5 to play here in the opening quarter. Davila looks to his left, fires back across the middle, touchdown, Rattlers. Davila to Windsor for the score.
Well, what becomes so frustrating if you're a defensive back in this league is you can have pretty good coverage on these Rattler wide receivers, but Nick Davila, pinpoint accuracy, and watch Windsor catch the ball with his hands out in front of his body. That's still pretty good coverage by Bryant Nabufi, but just not good enough when you're talking about this high level of offense that the Rattlers are executing right now.
Windsor coming through with his 18th touchdown catch of the season. And already 3 scores for Davila. Let's check in with Chris Harris.
Thank you so much, guys. We talked about Nick Davila getting his 500th career touchdown pass last week against Portland, and for Rod Windsor against Portland's 500th career reception. Tonight, 2 quick touchdowns already. What have you seen against their defense that's working here early on?
It looks like they miscommunicate. They're trying to figure out a way to stop us, but you know what we're doing is working right now, and they got to find a plan.
Take us through that last touchdown catch.
It was just a post route, a little short post route. You know, he played outside leverage. I linked on him, broke it off, touchdown.
How would you talk about the play of the wide receivers as a whole? It's been an unbelievable run here so far this season.
You know, we're very competitive. All of us want to compete. All of us want to win. So I think that's what's make us real good, because everybody's competitive and want to go out and win.
Thank you so much, Rod. I appreciate the time. All right, let's get it back upstairs.
Windsor, one-time Rookie of the Year back in 2011. As Sanders cleans it cleanly off the nets, finds a little Reese and jets out across the 15, close to the 18-yard line.
Take a look at Maurice Purify not playing tonight, and that's the thing. Tyson Poots has missed a couple games. These guys have been banged up. Nick Miller didn't play early in the season. They just step up, replace each other. And again, I think the number one thing when you talk about this group here, not a whole lot of ego involved. They're rooting for their teammate as much as they are themselves, and they know if they run the right route and they're open, Nick is coming to them with the football.
Here to have some movement up front for that Spokane offense. Look at our AFL officiating crew today. Referee Scott Campbell.
Well, you just wonder, Duke Robinson moved a little bit early there. Sometimes a drop touchdown pass like that can affect you for more than just that play as a football player.
Sets up 1st and 15. Carter has time, winds up throwing deep. And Jeremy Killam turning and trying to get a read on that one, as that one sailed well past his intended receiver.
And again, Carter ends up on the turf. Pressure from that defensive line. And talking to Coach Guy this week, you see Antaj Hawthorne in the middle there. He said first half of this season, Antaj Hawthorne is having the best year he's had as an Arizona Rattler, which is high praise coming from Coach Kevin Guy. His great quickness and toughness, and just likes to beat the center up all game long, and just brings a nasty attitude to this football team.
First quarter in the books, and at the end of one here at Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, the unbeaten Rattlers leading the Spokane Shock 21-7.
For document solutions for your business, trust the leader, All Copy Products. Our managed print services solution provides a worry-free printing environment, making your business more efficient and saving you money. Learn more now at allcopyproducts.com.
I like to go out on the town, hit the floor, and double down. Casino, Arizona, win your way.
I like to play a slot or two, catch a game
With my crew, Casino, Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game.
If you're not here, you're lame.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino, Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
For document solutions for your business, trust the leader, All Copy Products. Our managed print services solution provides a worry-free printing environment, making your business more efficient and saving you money. Learn more now at allcopyproducts.com.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
Had a lot of success up front. We got 5 sacks, and we have a saying around here: pressure, pick, cover, sack. They work hand in hand. So we did a good job of creating that pressure on the quarterback. And they're not the same quarterbacks when they get pressure. There's not a quarterback in this league, okay, that I've seen that can handle pressure and hits, okay? I don't care who they are, okay? If they're getting hit, they're a different quarterback. And we got to get to quarterbacks and get hit.
Well, they certainly did that a week ago as we welcome you back here to Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center. Kevin Ray, Dale Hellestrey, Chris Harris, Lindsey Smith. 21-7. Rattlers on top. Spokane with the football, facing second and long. Carter steps into the throw, picked off by Brown, back at the 19-yard line. Brown's got some return room, cuts it back at the 10, and cut down there at around the 6-yard line. And the turnover party continues for the Rattlers.
Turnovers seem to come in bunches for football teams. Now this is just going to be a pass thrown to where you thought a receiver was going to be. A miscommunication, ball a little bit over the head of Mike Washington, and you're playing a zone defense back there for the Rattlers. And you just watch right here and dropping back into that zone, watching the receivers, watching the quarterback, able to step up and make the play. But sometimes all it takes is one, and all of a sudden they come in those bunches we've talked about.
4th interception on the season for our Keith Brown, 10th as a team, as Davila looked to the back corner for Tyson Poots. A lot of contact, no penalty flag, is Brian Abufi back there in coverage, a rookie out of Cal.
What just happened? Was that an incomplete pass? My goodness.
It's like the white spotted owl, very rare. Second and goal to go. Reed, the motion man. Davila, lots of time, looks to the middle. Touchdown, Arizona. Reed with a catch and score. There is a marker back at around the 11.
A couple more officials out in the field. Kevin Guy and Nick Davila motioning illegal defense. Let's see if they're right.
Illegal defense. Twist. Number 67 in the defense. That penalty decline. Restore the play.
See Kerry Reed right here, and again those combo routes, you feint inside, you step back outside. So difficult to cover this group of wide receivers when you give Nick Davila that amount of time to throw the football.
Defense forcing the turnover. Offense cashing in. Rattlers 28-7 over the shot. Be sure and come out and support your two-time defending AFL champion Arizona Rattlers. Great tickets still remain for the May 31st game with conference rivals the San Jose SaberCats. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-TDTD for the greatest show on turf. Reed coming through with the score. 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon for Nick Davila. And this team continuing to roll, coming in a franchise best 8-0. And trying to improve to 9-0 with another home victory here this afternoon.
Well, it's always interesting. Kerry Reed, you see him pictured there. He very quietly plays Iron Man football for this Arizona Rattler team. A receiver goes down, and guess what? He's in the starting lineup as wide receiver. He's playing jack linebacker. He plays special teams. The guy is on the field a bunch, and he excels at everything he does. Just having another quietly tremendous year.
Sanders awaits and won't get the return opportunity. Another well-placed kick by Barth, who each week getting more and more comfortable with the arena game.
Well, that's the thing. Coach Guy obviously happy with his extra points. Says he fits in with the team very, very well. One thing he needs to work on is the kickoffs. 21 of 32 coming into this game have hit the net. I said, well, what's an acceptable percentage? He said 100%.
Spoken like the Kevin guy we know. Portery is in the game for the first time this afternoon for the Spokane Shock, the rookie out of New Mexico. It's his first snap, and
Isaac Remington in at defensive end, giving Cliff Dukes a little bit of a blow, and that's what this Rattler team will do. That's why they can step somebody in there if somebody gets injured. Offensive line-wise, all four of those guys play defensive line. If you dress, you're going to play. Remington getting snaps this afternoon.
Portery getting rid of some of the jitters, I'm sure, after completing that first pass, and makes it 2 straight as he slings it over on the far side to Carter, who moves back to wideout. And DeMar Dorsey, one of the new faces in the secondary here today, and Coach Kevin Guy really likes what Dorsey brings to the table. Long, lanky defender.
So it kind of reminds him of the old prototypical Oakland Raider defensive back, cornerback. Fast, long arms, physical. Wants to see him on the football field.
6'1", 185. Played at Arizona Western. Portery deep drop, has time, looks to the near corner, and batted down at the last moment. Terrific job there by Jeremy Kellum. Pass intended for Brandon Tompkins, but it floated just a little bit on the rookie quarterback and allowed Kellum time to break with the ball and knock it away.
Well, and you're going to watch kind of what happens down here, but you're right, that ball, if it had been thrown a little bit earlier with a little more zip on it, this is a touchdown. Give Jeremy Kellum a ton of credit for getting out there, getting a hand on the ball, but that ball has to have a little more zip on it on a deep corner route.
2nd and 10. Portery steps up, fires across the middle, complete for a Spokane first down. Connects with Mike Washington, a 5'8" wide receiver out of Hawaii.
Well, I really like the way that this Donovan Portery's throwing the football. Steps into his throws. Protection's pretty good up front. Looks confident, and with each completion, he'll only become more confident.
Well, they had all of 3 practices to prepare for their game last week against Pittsburgh, and it showed 3 interceptions and a fumble in that loss. Lobs this one up. Kellum defending. Pass intended for Washington. And the pass falls incomplete.
Got to remember, we've talked about Meyer missing the Arena League MVP last year, getting injured, but they're also missing one of their wideouts. Tennell, 48 catches, almost 500 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Another player not playing for the Shock tonight.
Second down. Portery steps up, fires, picked off by Floyd in the end zone. Floyd on the return. He's got a couple of blockers and brings it out to the 15, close to the 18-yard line. So 3 straight possessions this Arizona defense has stepped up, forcing the turnovers.
Thrown into tight coverage. A lot of Rattler defensive backs back there. Not a real good read by Portery. Got to make sure you hang on to the football when you return those. Nothing to make Coach Guy more upset than creating a turnover and then giving the ball right back to Spokane.
So Floyd trying to pick up where he left off last week.
What up, Tiny? Daddy love you, baby. Congratulations.
Dabble a deep drop, throwing deep, back corner. Intended for Miller, but batted away at the last moment by Terrence Sanders. First team All-AFL back in 2012. Made the first team roster a season ago as a return man.
Nice job there by Sanders. Good protection up front. Gets a little air under the ball, but Sanders, great makeup speed, gets a hand on the football. You saw he has 5 interceptions coming into this game, a playmaker. Nice job from that safety position.
2nd down. Davila looking to set up the screen to Singleton. Singleton didn't have a lot of help out there and was really very fortunate to hang on to the football. Did lose his helmet in the process.
Looks like it might be another one of those illegal defenses. At least that's what Coach Guy is motioning.
Number 68, offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
Coach Guy arguing his case, thought it was an illegal defense, but the referees thought Keith Williams was downfield on the screen pass. That's one thing we talked about in the open. Coach Guy wanted to make sure he mixed things up, because this defensive line, if you just allow them to rush to a spot, they're going to get there eventually.
2nd and long. Davila deep drop, guns it across the middle, finds Windsor. Windsor staying upright, and then finally stumbles and is brought down there as he brings it out to the 22.
What a nice big target across the middle of the field. Rod Windsor, 6'2", 205 pounds. And one thing that Coach Guy and this Rattler organization really like is big, strong receivers, and they have a bunch of them.
Sets up 3rd down here for Davila and the Rattlers. Pressure comes up the middle, ball batted up and tapped to himself for the Spokane interception. He's got a return lane and will take it all the way to the house for a Spokane touchdown. No flags down, and so the defensive score will stand for the shot.
As you watch the replay of this play, first of all, the pressure, and as Coach Guy said, any quarterback who's pressured is going to struggle, but what you're going to see downfield, Kerry Reed comes wide open, a broken coverage, and whether Nick was trying to get the ball all the way downfield or not, ball gets tipped, and Moore able to tip the ball to himself, not only come up with the interception, but the touchdown.
4th interception on the season for Terrence Moore, and made things easy for his offense, at least, by being able to take it in for the touchdown. And a chance to cut the Rattlers lead in half with the point after. Taylor Rowan comes on for the extra point. Rowan knocks it through. There is a penalty marker down.
You're going to get Dukes making contact with the kicker.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Defense number 6. The penalty we carried over on the first play after the kickoff. Try is good. Timeout.
6:07 to go, 2nd quarter. Your score, your Rattlers 28, Spokane 14. Official timeout.
So the defensive score quiets the crowd for just a moment. 28-14, a timeout on the field.
The Auction Indian community and Troon Golf invite you to tee up a pure golf experience at Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club. Ranked as one of the top 10 best courses you can play in Arizona by Golf Week, Auction Southern Dunes is known for its relaxed atmosphere, premier course conditions, and spectacular service. Just 30 minutes south of Sky Harbor Airport, Auction Southern Dunes features stunning golf and a casual yet elegant restaurant. Visit us at golfsoutherndunes.com for the best available rates. Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club, a pure golf experience.
Hey Rattler fans, I'm Chris Coraggio. Did you know that the busiest orthopedic hospital in the Valley is now the official hospital of your Arizona Rattlers? I'm talking about Oasis Hospital, which transforms the healthcare experience. They treat their patients just like family. And now they're part of the Rattlers family. Oasis is thrilled to partner up with the most exciting team in all of the Arena League. To learn more about Oasis Hospital, visit their website, oasishospital.com. And go Rattlers!
28-14, Arizona leading Spokane. Let's check in with Lindsey Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, as we reach the halfway point of the regular season, just a quick note to the fans. If you'd like to watch past Rattler games, check out highlights, or reminisce with some of the great features that we've put together of the 17th, be sure to head over to cox7.com and click on our Rattlers tab. We've got you covered for all your Rattlers needs. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Lindsay. Some of the great, passionate Arizona fans in attendance here today. Another great crowd on hand here at go back deep to receive the kick from Rowan.
Well, I think with your offense being limited, if you're Spokane, if you're Arizona, you better be watching out for onside kicks each and every time.
They've only attempted 2 as that one takes a bad bounce. And then Arkeith Brown tackled in the end zone, but his forward progress did come out to the 1.
Nice job being alert by Brown there. You're kind of the personal protector, but you have to come up in case there's an onside kick. You have to turn and run and be ready for a bounce like that. That's all Spokane needs, is a bounce like that to go their way and get themselves right back in this ball game. Ball bounces out to the field of play. A bunch of white jerseys down there ready to pounce on it.
So Davila will be taking the snap from his own end zone. Quick drop here, looks across the outside and skips off in the hands of Rod Windsor.
Well, the interesting thing about that, remember, Cliff Duke's getting the personal foul, roughing the kicker. That's half the distance to the goal line after the kickoff. Well, they negated that penalty by starting off on the half-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Just under 5 minutes to play here in this first half. Davila, quick look here to the near side, finds Reed. And Reed leaning forward with the defender in tow. Paul Stevens after the catch. Pickup of 8.
They're singing Nick Davila's praises there to start the game. 4 of 4 since that start. Before that pass, now he's 5 of 10, 50%. The Spokane defense, we knew they were good coming in this football game, and they're starting to gain their traction a little bit.
3rd and a long 2, we'll call it. Penalty marker thrown. Pass just a little behind Reed. Let's wait and get the call here.
Illegal formation. Defense number 67. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Results in a first down.
Terrence Taylor, veteran out of Michigan, and Spokane certainly not helping their cause. That's unofficially, I believe, the 3rd defensive infraction.
Well, remember, we talked about that watching film. The Spokane defense likes to jump the snap count, and the Rattlers very good with the hard count, meaning they're going to alter that snap count, trying to draw them into a couple of those offside penalties.
So fresh set of downs for Davila. Pressure comes to the backside. Pass is going to be picked off again. And the same player, Terrence Moore, picked it off last series, returned it for the score. Unable to stay upright after this catch, but back-to-back INTs.
Well, that's all. We talk about pressure in the quarterback, Jeremy Gathers. Rushing from his defensive end spot, working on Cornelius Dixon, hits Nick just as he's letting go of the football and being very opportunistic. Terrence Moore comes up with the interception and giving this Spokane team some life.
Well, it certainly has great field position. Rookie Porter, he steps up, has pressure, knocked out of his hands, into the hands of the Rattlers defender, and Remington racing to the end zone for an Arizona touchdown.
Being in the right place at the right time. Isaac Remington, all 6'6", 300 pounds of himself. Great concentration. The ball bounces right towards him, able to catch it with his hands. Again, this all starts with pressure. See Cliff Dukes get a hand in there, knock the ball away. Remington catches it in the air, and nobody's going to catch the speedster down the sideline.
Remington says, look what I found. As the Rattlers return the favor by getting a defensive score of their own and extend the lead with 2:38 to play here in the first half, 35-14.
Sanderson Ford, country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford country.
Sanderson Ford.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
35-14, Rattlers leading the shot. Let's check in downstairs with Chris Harris.
Thank you so much, K-Ray. Here with Isaac Remington, the product of Valley Christian High School. Rattlers defense with 3 takeaways here in the first half. And it was Remington with, how would you describe that last play you just pulled off?
I mean, Dukes made a good sack, strip fumble, the ball just landed right in my hands. I just took off running.
And when was the last time you had a touchdown?
I have never had a touchdown, never. So that was a great experience.
Going back to Pop Warner, high school, college, never before. How does it feel?
It was great. It was fun. I'd like to score more often.
What's been key with this defense here this afternoon? You guys have been so successful.
You know, just relentless pressure, getting off the ball, you know, just trying to wreak havoc. I mean, that's what we've been practicing, and it's been going good.
Hey guys, speaking of wreaking havoc, in the first 7 games of the season, Arizona had 9 takeaways. In the last game and a half, they have 7. These guys have really turned it up a notch defensively.
Yeah, they have certainly heeded the message from Coach Kevin Guy that he delivered a couple of weeks ago. And the great thing is seeing it play out now over the course of a game and a half, Dale.
We talked about that that relentless pressure, and we talked about turnovers coming in bunches, and they've just kind of started a waterfall of turnovers here the last 2 weeks.
The rookie quarterback Porter remains in. A little screen on the far side. Mike Washington.
I think if you're Spokane, you're almost sitting here going, hey, Andy Olson saying, I'm not sure if I just want to leave my defense out there. We have a better chance to score defensively sometimes than offensively, struggling obviously at the quarterback position, but you have to give credit to this Rattler defense here in the first half.
4 of Washington's 11 touchdown grabs on the season came in the first meeting between these two clubs back in late March. Second and short. Portery looking back across the middle, finds Carter running wide open. Carter with a stiff arm on Kellum, and marked down just short of the goal line.
Really nice route running. Able to step into the throw even though there's pressure in his face, and you have Carter going from quarterback to receiver, coming in the game with 21 catches for almost 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And they will not get a playoff before the 1-minute warning here. 35-14, Arizona on top, but Spokane continuing to find ways to hang around here, Dale.
Well, that's the thing. You have a team that's kind of wounded coming into the game in Spokane, and you want to jump on them early because sometimes you're missing your quarterback, your star wide receiver, a couple really, really good players, and you get down early, you can kind of get dejected. But this Spokane team able to fight back here and get it within 2 scores here if they put this in the end zone.
No surprise, we've seen lots of points, albeit some of it delivered by the defenses today. The Rattlers sitting in that top scoring spot yet again. San Jose, they're at 5, Spokane at 4. Now keep in mind, that's all predicated on Eric Meyer being at the helm. And we'll see if Portery continues to settle into that starter's role, because it will be his for the foreseeable future.
Well, and obviously as a coaching staff, you expect Portery to get better the more reps you take in practice. Anytime you sit here and look at guys who don't get reps during the week, it's difficult to come into the game as a quarterback and excel.
So 1st and goal to go here for Spokane. Portery tried to lean over, had it jarred out of his hands, forcing another turnover. Scooped up by Jeremy Kellum. He's got some blockers now. And Kellum breaking free into the end zone for an Arizona touchdown.
Well, and right now you can see the Spokane coaching staff has their challenge flag in hand. They're going to argue that the ball broke the plane before it was knocked loose. And see if that ball, all he has to do is break the plane of the end zone. And remember, it's got to be convincing enough to overturn the fumble call on the field.
And you see teaching moment there for Andy Olson, talking to his young rookie quarterback. Hard to tell from that particular angle.
It is difficult to tell, but it does look like he goes forward at least half a yard. Remember, the ball snapped on the half-yard line.
Tyree Glasper was the Rattlers defender who got his big paw up there to knock it loose. And Dale, just based on the angles, I'm not sure they're gonna see enough evidence
to overturn
it.
And if it was called the other way, you might not see enough evidence to do that either.
And that's where oftentimes the fans get a little confused, because you have to start with what the call on the field was.
Correct. And then you have to see convincing video evidence to overturn it.
Certainly a big play.
Remember, the goal line kind of goes all the way around the world, so all you have to do is break that plane as the nose of the football over the goal line.
Yeah, without a true goal line camera or overhead camera, very hard to see, but they've made their decision. Here comes a call.
Ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
And understand the language there. The ruling on the field stands, meaning they did not see enough video evidence to overturn it. He did not say the call on the field was confirmed. And so instead of going in for a touchdown that turns us into a 2-score game, the Rattlers knock the ball loose and come away with a touchdown.
Yeah, it really becomes a back-breaking play for Spokane, as Barth able to punch the extra point through. Another penalty marker thrown.
Number 4, defense was out of stance for the kick. That penalty is declined. Try is good.
Again, so many people take the quarterback sneak for granted. A lot of work needs to go into there, into that play. It's more than just snapping the ball and moving forward. Nice play by the Rattlers, being aggressive, understanding where the ball was, and taking a swipe at it.
Second fumble recovery on the season for Jeremy Kellum, and gets his first score on that fumble recovery as well.
You look at the last 5 drives for the Spokane offense. Turn the ball over on downs, 2 straight interceptions, and now 2 fumbles that the Rattlers have returned for touchdowns.
And you said it earlier, this quarter, Dale, how it really is bizarre that there's no way sometimes to really gauge when they're going to come, but it seems like when turnovers come, as you pointed out, they come in waves, and that has certainly been the case now over the last 6 quarters for this Rattlers team.
It just turns into a feeding frenzy, kind of like blood in the water and sharks swimming by.
And that kick from Barth hitting the facade of the railing just to the left of the Casino Arizona facade. And that's how the game started. Cliff Dukes nearly coming up with a safety.
Then just being in the right place at the right time, able to make plays on the football. Jeremy Kellum there, and Floyd stepping in front of that pass. Dukes knocking the ball loose. Remington scoring his first touchdown of his career at any level, and then Kellum coming up with a loose ball. And the one thing you notice now is this defense is, as soon as they get the turnover, they're trying to score.
First down here for Porter as he finds Carter here in the near side, and then Carter slammed into by 3 different Rattler defenders, and Carter taking exception to those hits. Stops the clock at 38 seconds. Get a timeout called down on the field.
Just a little curl route, wanting to stay in bounds. I thought to keep the clock moving, but Spokane is the one who called the timeout. 38 seconds left here in the first half.
We'll see you after today's game for the Rattlers post-game autograph session. Another way we say thanks for being the best fans in arena football.
See the stats there for Glasper, a sack in a hurry, but sometimes what you can't measure is just pressure and what that does to a quarterback. Does it alter his throw the littlest bit that maybe leads to an interception? Cause fumble today.
Porter, he has time, winds up, throws deep, looking for Washington, and Washington just running out of room. A great effort there.
Well, it had to be a perfect throw, and would have been a great catch by Washington. And you can see receivers and Porter just a little bit off. Again, I expect them to get better as this season goes along. You get to work with each other, and it's one thing in practice, and all of a sudden you get in the game, and there's game speed and there's practice speed. Sometimes the receivers are a lot faster in a game running their routes than they are in practice.
2nd and 10. Porter, he steps up. Ball picked off. The rookie Dorsey comes up with the INT. He's eyeing a touchdown return. Takes it down inside the Spokane 10. All the way down to the 8-yard line. And Arizona with a chance to put more points on the board before the half.
Playing that jack linebacker, and boy, what the Rattlers have been able to do between Dorsey and Kerry Reed is find athletic jack linebackers that make plays that a lot of jack linebackers in this league can't make. Able to tip the ball to himself. Talked about his long arms and athletic ability. Nice job by Dorsey.
And you can see that long frame of his playing a big role. Checks in at 6'1" as Singleton takes the toss. Runs to his left. He gets cut down there by Paul Stevens quickly. And Coach Kevin Guy looking up, calling a quick timeout. Stops the game clock at 10.4.
And ideally, score here as time runs out to end the half and go into half with a 49-14 lead. What a first half by this defense.
But you go back to that call that ended up standing after the challenge, but as you point out, you're looking at a 2-possession game, and now if they're able to score here, you have really put Spokane into a vice.
I can't even add up how many possessions it's going to take.
Davila looking to his right, has time, back corner looking for Windsor, and alertly just threw that one away. Leaves 6.2 on the clock.
Good coverage downfield by Spokane there, and nice job by Nick understanding that, hey, we're down here in this red zone, the windows are tighter, we want to come away with points, let's not force something in there. We still have 2 more downs and 6.2 seconds left to score.
Looking for the end zone, and Poots, but ball batted down. And that leaves 3.5 on the clock.
Nice physical play there by Nabufi, number 21. This defense for Spokane is pretty good. You look at Nabufi, 6'1", 195 pounds, long arms, physical.
Windsor in motion, and some early movement. Free play. A third interception, though it won't stand. But how about Terrence Moore, the linebacker, in the half that he has had?
Well, they're going to get another illegal defense on Spokane with that hard count, and this time Terrence Taylor out of his stance, and that's going to give this Rattler offense one more crack at it.
Illegal formation, number 67. Defense was shading. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
So you take away a couple plays here in the first half for Spokane, and it's a completely different scoreboard they're looking at.
So this will be an untimed down. Read the motion receiver. Davila looks to his right, guns it into the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Rattlers. Windsor on the receiving end of the Davila strike.
And those are the plays that will absolutely drive your coaching staff crazy. Andy Olson, the Spokane head coach, has to be shaking his head saying we should be in the locker room. We allow them to score the touchdown. No time left on the clock because of a pre-snap penalty.
Point after is good. And the unbeaten Rattlers with stellar play from their defense, enjoying a 49-14 lead over the Spokane Shock. Stay with us. Our halftime coverage continues here on Cox 7 after this timeout.
Are you a weekend warrior? Do you know where to turn to if you get hurt? We do. At Foothill Sports Medicine Physical Therapy Centers, we provide an individualized hands-on treatment plan based on your specific injury. We aim to restore function and to prevent re-injury. Call or stop by any of our 12 convenient valley-wide locations to receive a free assessment.
The Arizona Rattlers are back on Cox 7, ready to defend their title. Don't miss exciting Rattlers action this season as Coach Kevin Guy and the Rattlers take on the AFL in their quest for a third straight title. Stay with the Cox 7 sports team all season long as they bring you fast-paced, action-packed, crowd-pleasing Arizona Rattlers arena football. Championship football is back on Cox 7, Sunday at 5 p.m. as the Rattlers travel to Los Angeles to take on the Kiss. STEM Journal's host Jeff Notkin travels Arizona in search of scientific discoveries.
On the next entry of the STEM Journals, DNA origami, medicine to go, and microprocessing made better. Big developments in the tiny world of nanotech.
Join Jeff on his STEM adventures Sunday at 7, only on Cox 7. STEM Journals is brought to you in part by CopperPoint, a mutual insurance company. You can download the Cox 7 app to get STEM Journals videos at your fingertips.
It's snowing. You want to go over here? Go to the antenna. Arizona Rattlers football on Cox 7 is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. It's halftime here in Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, and the Rattlers lead Spokane by a score of 49-14. The Rattlers are not only champions on the field, but off the field as well. They continue to make a difference in the lives of others in our community. This year, the Arizona Rattlers and the Society of St. Vincent de Paul have partnered up for a season-long community outreach to collect non-perishable food and items to benefit local families in need. The team recently paid a visit to the downtown Phoenix location.
When we started talking to the director, and we found out that, you know, they have the donation stores, but that stuff doesn't make it back here. They have to do their own drives to get shoes, to get jackets, you know, to get sundries and toothpaste. So we kind of, you know, our whole committee got together and we thought about, well, how about if we try to collect all that at all of our games? And that's kind of how it started.
I never seen you.
Yes, you have. I remember you.
What's your name?
Long time ago. I think it's a fit.
When I came out to the tour, it was unbelievable, all the work they do here. They have a dentist, they have a medical place, so you can come in and get a shower, you can borrow a suit to go for a job interview. It's everything to get people back on their feet and help keep them on their feet.
St. Vincent de Paul also has 6 charity dining rooms throughout the valley, where they serve more than 1 million hot meals a year.
We serve primarily homeless men and women at other sites. And here at this dining room, it's the working poor families. Families that come here to eat with us are actually saving their dollars, so it stretches their dollars so they can either buy clothing for their children, maybe pay their rent or utilities, help them to do other things with their money. So the money they save by coming with us allows them to do more with their disposable income at home.
Hello, how's it going? How you doing? Good? There you go. All right, thank you.
There's one. I need one more of these, and then 3 full chilies. There we go.
On this day, Rattlers players helped serve dinners to families and brighten the spirits of children that needed a little lift.
It's great. You know, the kids, the families, the grown-ups, it's great to help out, and if we can do just a little bit in someone's day, it's always a good thing to see.
We sign up for these events, you know, to do these. When they say we have this, we say, yes, I can do that, you know. So it's all the stuff you see us at is not like we're being forced to do. We want to do it because we believe that it's helping someone and it helps ourselves. And, you know, not just helping in the organization and making someone look good, even though I hope it does. You know, but we're here for a good purpose and a good cause.
Go up, now come all the way down. That is 4. Great job.
These guys enjoy it. I mean, it isn't a job for them. I mean, we had 11 of them volunteer to come here tonight, and they want to do this stuff. And so it really does your heart good to know that, you know, there's these guys doing their football, trying to make it, but they have time to come in and, you know, help people that are a little less fortunate.
And remember to bring non-perishable items to any Rattler game. The organization has set a goal of collecting 100,000 pounds of hope in a box this season. For more information, or if you want to get involved, donate, or volunteer with St. Vincent de Paul, you can call 602-266-4673 or go to their website at www.stvincentdepaul.net. All right, when we come back, Kevin and Dale will have highlights and stats from the first half.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Coraggio for the Oasis Brief. The busiest orthopedic hospital in the Valley has now hit pay dirt with their new partnership with the Arizona Rattlers. Oasis is proud to announce that they are now the official hospital of the Arizona Rattlers. And this is a perfect match because the Rattlers are a championship, homegrown organization, and Oasis Hospital is emerging as just that as well, as they continue to transform the healthcare experience. They treat their patients just like family when it comes to orthopedic and spine procedures.
The Rattlers organization as well as Oasis kind of have a lot in common. And one is that we're little known entities, but we're both jewels of the community. The Rattlers being a championship organization, Oasis Hospital being the busiest orthopedic hospital in the Valley. It's a very exciting thing for us. It allows us to reach out to the community more, allows us to have our presence in the community, and also to provide a very valuable service to the Rattlers organization.
We went over there, saw the facilities, talked to the people there, and their philosophy is the same as ours, doing the best that they can do with everything that they have and every tool that they have. And you know, that's our philosophy. We want to give our players the best, and we want to provide them with the best services possible, and Oasis was a perfect fit for that.
Oasis Hospital would like to wish the Arizona Rattlers good luck here in the 2013 season. I'm Chris Coraggio. We'll see you next time here on the Oasis Brief.
Back at Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, halftime between Arizona and Spokane, and the unbeaten Rattlers in command here today, 49-14. Yeah, it was a week ago that the Rattlers defense wreaking havoc in Portland. They have brought that same approach and mindset here today.
Well, we talked about it during the first half. It seems like turnovers just come in bunches. I don't care who you are. Rattlers are no different, and it's just an avalanche now. People are making plays all over the football field. It all starts with pressure up front, but they've done a tremendous job. And the great thing to see this defense do is once they get their hands on the ball, they are trying to score.
Let's take a look at our Casino Arizona at Talking Stick Resort halftime highlights and stats for you. Good looking pass here as Carter got the start this afternoon. He found Washington downfield for the deep strike.
You can see him finish off the drive with the touchdown, but as you watch the highlights for Spokane defensively doing a nice job getting pressure on Nick Davila, and we knew they came in with the most sacks in the league. They were going to be able to rush the passer, and they were able to do that to a certain degree. But this Arizona offense is just clicking on all cylinders and making it look a lot easier than it actually is. Nick Davila, when he has protection, is able to survey the field. Rod Windsor with the touchdown catch there. And now you see Marquise Floyd with Arkeith Brown with the interception there, and you drop back and throw the ball in the end zone. Just a nice job, even when the defense doesn't score on turnovers, as you see Remington do here. First touchdown of his career from Valley Christian High School here in the Valley. The offense.
The big turning point of the game right there.
A huge turning point. Going in to score to make it a two-possession game. Ball gets knocked out. Not only do the Rattlers recover, but they go down and score a touchdown and create another turnover here before the half is over with. And an extra penalty, allowing one more down for the Rattlers to punch one more in before the half.
And they put 49 points on the board. You see the passing yards pretty even, but the turnovers, 5 of them forced by this Rattlers defense, and the points coming off of those as a result.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You look at this offense, even when the defense doesn't score on the turnovers, the offense is taking advantage of it. So many times you see teams get the ball but not be able to take advantage of it by scoring points. The Rattlers are scoring points.
And of course, the big question for Coach Kevin Guy is wanting his team to keep their foot on the gas. They've had a tendency sometimes with big leads to allow teams to creep back in. We'll see how this second half plays out. But right now, first half belonging all Arizona. Stay with us. We'll be back with second half action after this.
For document solutions for your business, trust the leader, All Copy Products. Our managed print services solution provides a worry-free printing environment, making your business more efficient and saving you money. Learn more now at allcopyproducts.com.
Sanderson Ford, country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford country.
Sanderson Ford. I like to go out on the town, hit the floor, and double down. Casino, Arizona, win your way.
I like to play a slot or two, catch a game
with my crew. Casino, Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game. If you're not here, you're lame.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino, Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
For document solutions for your business, trust the leader, All Copy Products. Our managed print services solution provides a worry-free printing environment, making your business more efficient and saving you money. Learn more now at allcopyproducts.com.
How do the Arizona Rattlers kick off their season? By improving their training skills at Fast Foothills Acceleration and Sports Training, where you can perfect your speed, agility, strength. By honing in on these key skills, you will have the winning edge and ability to compete at the highest of levels. Foothills Sports Medicine. Train like the pros, perform like the pros.
Arizona Rattlers, they lead the Spokane Shock by a score of 49-14. Joined right now by head coach Kevin Guy. And coach, I know Spokane came in here with a new quarterback. In the second quarter alone, you guys came up with 5 takeaways. 2 of those returned for touchdowns. What was key there?
Well, we felt all week they had a lot of success against LA with a shotgun, so we felt like they were going to come back to that early. You know, after that first drive, we did a good job adjusting to it. Once we got a lead, got some turnovers, we got a lead on them and it got them back in passing mode. So, our defense is making some plays, and that's what we want to do. I knew we got the players. It was just a matter of them coming around, executing, and keep working to get better. Offensively, we got some things we got to clean up. We got to do a better job of reading, throwing. We've dropped some balls. We got our receivers got to get out there and start competing on some routes, and we got to clean some protections up. But I expect us to play a little bit better half this half.
Thanks so much for the time. Look out for the second half. All right, let's now send it over to our social media reporter, Lindsay Smith. Lindsay, what's going on?
Well, Chris, it's time for our Ask Dale segment in the third quarter, but there's still time to send in your questions. So if you've got a question that you want answered, be sure to leave it on our Facebook page at Cox 7 Arizona Sports, or tweet it to us at Cox 7 Arizona. Chris?
So much, Lindsay. All right, when we come back, we'll have the kickoff to the second half. Arizona leading Spokane by a score of 49-14. We'll be right back.
The Arizona Rattlers are back on Cox 7, ready to defend their title. Don't miss exciting Rattlers action this season as Coach Kevin Guy and the Rattlers take on the AFL in their quest for a 3rd straight title. Stay with the Cox 7 sports team all season long as they bring you fast-paced, action-packed, crowd-pleasing Arizona Rattlers arena football. Championship football is back on Cox 7 Sunday at 5 p.m. as the Rattlers travel to Los Angeles to take on the Kiss.
This week on Subida, we explore the world of urbanismo.
Or urban life. We'll take a trip to Cypress to get our hip-hop on.
We'll meet some hot graffiti artists.
And I'll share the secret to finding the perfect jeans.
They're young, they're hip, they're cool, and we bring it to you all on Subida!
Watch Sous Vide tonight at 7:30, only on Cox 7. Sous Vide is brought to you by Chicanos por la Causa, committed to building stronger, healthier communities.
Back at Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center, just about set for third quarter play. 49-14. The Rattlers leading the Spokane Shock. One of the newcomers to this Arizona roster is one of the players that part of the pickoff party at first half.
And we talked about the turnovers coming in bunches, 9 turnovers in the first 7 games, and now 9 turnovers in the last 2. And you just watch the way that they try and make plays and more aggressive from their defensive backs, playing the ball, defensive line, getting a little bit more pressure and hits on the quarterback, and just being opportunistic. Just a tremendous job. What an addition. And you just wonder where Coach Kevin Guy continues to find these young players. You got a team that's won 2 straight championships, undefeated in 3rd straight year, and they're playing a lot of young guys. Sherman Carter starting at center for his first game. Now, we didn't mention his name at all that first half. What does that mean? That means he did a pretty good job. You talk about Dorsey playing tonight, another young guy. These young guys stepping up and contributing for a championship caliber club.
And Barth, another one of the guys quietly going about his business, doing a nice job. Sanders, one of the premier return men in the league, and has really only had a chance on 3 different kicks to get his hands on the football. So credit Barth with another strong day of kicking here for the Rattlers as Donovan Portery, the rookie out of New Mexico, will start this second half. They went with the veteran Carter, and Carter has been primarily a receiver this season. If you're joining us late, reigning league MVP Eric Meyer out with a broken collarbone. He'll be sidelined for at least another 4 to 5 weeks. Spokane with the football. Portery looking to his right, finds Washington. Had a good first half. There is a penalty marker down, though, back at around the 1.
Personal foul, number 75, offense, leg whip, half the distance to the goal, replay, first down.
Don't stop.
See the numbers for this afternoon by Portery. Penalties have really set this Spokane team back, both offensively and defensively. 7 of them here early in the 3rd quarter.
And 3 of them have kept drives alive, as we saw the last one coming to close out the first half. Portery looking deep. Pass intended for Carter, but well covered on that far side by Marquise Floyd.
Well, we heard Coach Kevin Guy at halftime talking to Chris Harris about he expects a better performance out of his guys here in the second half, and I'm here to tell you that's going to be very hard to duplicate. I know as coaches you expect them to play at a high level with high intensity every snap of every game, but human nature kicks in when you're up 49-14.
Portery out of his own end zone finds Washington, but then at the last moment, Keith Brown stretching out and batting it away.
You can just tell the difference between a veteran quarterback and a younger quarterback. The ball thrown just a little bit behind the intended receiver, and you give Keith Brown enough time to make up the ground, and he's able to do that as the ball hangs in the air just a little bit. Washington waiting for the ball to get to him.
And that's two passes today that we've seen from Portery. One would have been a touchdown in the first half. That one most certainly would have been a reception. He steps up, eludes the pressure, and ball nearly picked off as Floyd got his hands on that one and then nearly redirected it into the hands of Jeremy Kellum. Fourth down.
Well, kind of interesting. It looks like they're going to try and kick a field goal, which ends up being more like a kickoff. But remember now, you've got 5 big guys for Spokane up front that are running down to cover this field goal attempt.
Rowan is 1 of 7 on the season, as long as 23, and that one, well, if he was kicking for a souvenir, it was successful, but clearly had no intention of kicking it toward the net. And Andy Olson right now just trying to manage the damage.
Well, that's the thing. And remember, in arena football, you dress 21 guys. Not like you can put your second and third string in if you're the Rattlers. Yes, you can. You'll see, a couple backups here and there. Jason Murrieta will get snaps here in the second half. But you don't have a second-team offensive line and second-team receivers. You have 21 guys with which to play.
Boy, that one nearly picked off as they went with a little toss sweep to Kerry Reed, and closing in was Jeremy Gathers, who almost ran past the football.
His head was down, or he would have intercepted that pitch and been in the end zone.
Two interceptions is those numbers rare for Davila, who came in with 4 on the season. Poots makes the catch and turns after to pick up an extra 6 or 7. First and goal to go, Arizona.
There's just so few ways in arena football to run the clock down and keep drives alive other than throwing the ball down the field. And if you're just tuning in or you haven't watched much arena ball, you look at the score, 49-14, yet they're continuing to throw the ball down the field. Well, the one thing that they do have on their side is the clock continues to move.
Davila steps up, throws, completes, touchdown, Rattlers. Poots on the catch and score.
Terrence Sanders, the safety for Spokane, arguing with the officials, saying that Poots pushed off him, and that's why he was so wide open. The receivers for the Rattlers, we talked about their physicality, all big, strong guys who like to run with the ball after the catch.
Point after is good. The Rattlers converting again. 56-14. Arizona rolling.
Sanderson Ford. Country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford Country.
Sanderson Ford.
The Auction Indian community and Troon Golf invite you to tee up a pure golf experience at Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club. Ranked as one of the top 10 best courses you can play in Arizona by Golf Week, Ak-Chin Southern Dunes is known for its relaxed atmosphere, premier course conditions, and spectacular service. Just 30 minutes south of Sky Harbor Airport, Ak-Chin Southern Dunes features stunning golf and a casual yet elegant restaurant. Visit us at golfsoutherndunes.com for the best available rates. Ak-Chin Southern Dunes Golf Club, a pure golf experience.
Cox 7 is the place for Arizona Rattlers football. The Rattlers will be on the road next week in Los Angeles to take on the Kiss for the first time. If you haven't seen the Silver Field, yeah, it is quite a sight to behold. Head coach Bob McMillan will have the Kiss ready to take on Coach Kevin Guy, Nick Davila, and the rest of your two-time defending Arena Bowl champion Rattlers. Cox 7 will bring you all the action starting at 7 p.m. Be sure to tune in to Cox 7 or HD 1007. Also, marks a chance to see Aaron Garcia wearing the Kiss colors. And boy, is it me, or is Garcia taking his own version of the Kevin Guy World Tour this year? I think there's only 3 cities he hasn't stopped in yet here in 2014 as Sanders claims it off the net. But another good job by that kick cover unit as Dorsey gets into the mix.
Well, we've talked about in the first half, I mean, this Spokane football team, obviously as talented a team as there is in the league right now other than the Rattlers. But I promise you, you go around and take away the starting quarterback from any of these teams, they're all going to struggle to some degree putting points on the board, and that's what they're fighting through right now.
Yeah, if you were to take Davila and either Windsor, Purify, or Poots off the field for an extended period, because they've also lost Tennell, your offense is going to suffer. Great pursuit by that Rattlers defense led by Marquise Floyd. Washington comes up a little hobbled.
Well, you could get talking to the coaching staff, and Coach Guy, he's not overly praiseworthy of guys on a week in and week out basis, but when we sat down and talked with him this week, 3 or 4 guys that he mentioned playing at their career best level, which is tremendous.
Portery looking to his right, completes to Washington. Good tackle there by Jeremy Kellum, stops him short of the first down marker. Will bring up 3rd and less than a yard to go.
We mentioned in the first half, one of those guys on defense, Anton Hawthorne, one of the guys who doesn't rack up stats, doesn't rack up sacks, doesn't make a whole lot of tackles, but just brings that nasty attitude that every team needs to be successful, and he just loves the physical contact in the middle of the offensive line.
On 3rd and short, Portery will take it himself, and he gets the Spokane first down.
And then you see Cliff Dukes starting to get healthy. That club on his hand that he started the season with, that's no longer there. Able to grab offensive linemen, able to grab quarterbacks, those kind of things. Even though maybe it didn't hurt to play with the injury, once you get that club off, you become a full football player again.
Portery looking to his left, completes near side to Carter. And Carter and Dorsey, little face-to-face meeting.
Excitable young player. Dorsey doing a nice job in there, getting a lot of playing time before the game. Coach Guy said, we'll get him some snaps. I don't think he was planning on playing him this much, but the situation dictates that, and Dorsey is handling himself very well.
And of course, they've been without the services of Vic Hall now for an extended period, and Hall may have a hard time getting a job back this season as Washington takes it and eludes the defender, takes it into the end zone for the Spokane touchdown.
I used to always chuckle when you see coaches get upset when things like this happen. Just nice improvisation there by Portery, and able to buy a little extra time and able to complete the pass for the touchdown and get this offense some much needed points.
And the Rattlers continue with their stellar play on the defensive side of the ball. This one via the special teams unit. Shock with a touchdown, but still find themselves in a big hole. Rattlers leading 56-20.
I like to go out on the town, hit the floor, and double down. Casino, Arizona, win your way.
I like to play a slot or two, catch a game
With my crew. Casino, Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game.
If you're not here, you're lame.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino, Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
(56-20), 5:46 to play here in the third quarter. Let's check in with Lindsey Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's time for our Ask Dale questions. I'm joined by Jim Hine tonight. Jim, what's your question for Dale?
Considering what happened last week with the coach, who's second in command?
Well, and we actually asked them that this week, and they do have a succession plan. And what they do is Connie Kawhi is the assistant head coach, so he would take over for offense. Dave Ewert would take over the defense with Connie Kawhi making the final decisions. Trusted confidant of Coach Kevin Guy, probably a head coach a few years down the line if he wants to go that route, is Connie Kawhi.
Well, we're glad to know that there is a backup plan in the event that something like that does happen. And Jim is the winner of a Cliff Dukes autographed Arizona Rattlers t-shirt here.
That's what I'm talking about. Back to back. Thank you, go Rattlers.
Got a good week there, especially coming off. Have the game plan in a briefcase with the handcuffs on, and he's got to unlock it and hand it over to Connie Kawhi. Here's Windsor on the reception from Daverly.
Yeah, every coaching staff has to have something in place because you just don't ever know what's going to happen. But as Coach Kevin Guy said, it takes a little more than a little gallbladder attack to keep him away from a football game.
Davila looking far sideline for Windsor. And Windsor getting tangled up with the defender on the far side, Bryant Nabufi.
Well, talking about Connie Kawhi, you see Michael Huey here. Connie Kawhi, the offensive line coach, told me this week, he said he feels that Huey is the most valuable offensive lineman this league has ever had. High praise coming from Connie Kawhi, who's coached a lot of good offensive linemen. He said he just plays at such a high level at so many different positions.
And a nice catch and run after, and he's adding to his repertoire. You see this.
Look at that. High stepping in the end zone, second touchdown catch of the season. That's a tremendous catch. Ball thrown a little bit behind him, able to spin into the end zone, but he can play tight end, he can play guard, he can play center, and he can play fullback. And the thing is, he plays it all at a very, very high level. There's not very many offensive linemen who are able to do that, and then you toss in that athleticism of being able to catch and run with the ball or pull on sweeps and things of that nature and get downfield. It's just one of those things where you go, my goodness, he's 6'5", 315 pounds. And if he's a kid who wanted to go try and play in the National Football League, I can't think of many teams who couldn't use a guy like him.
Just the sheer football IQ alone, you would think would be enough to get him on an NFL roster.
And I think that's all up to him. Is that something that he wants to do? Is he happy playing with his buddies here in Arizona, winning championships? But when I heard Connie Kawhi say that he believes he's the most valuable offensive lineman in this league, in league history, you don't get much better praise than that. And Connie Kawhi, believe me, does not just toss out praise very easily.
Davila has time, completes to Windsor, who bounces off the defender Nabufi, unable to bring him down, and that's the benefit of being 6'2", 220. And just one of the many reasons that Coach Kevin Guy loves to have those big receivers in his offensive package.
Big receivers, big linemen. You know, we talked about Michael Huey on the other side. Keith Williams, kind of unheralded, came in here. They didn't know what they had in him. Well, he graded out 95% last week. And again, Connie Kawhi telling me he might have been a little easy on him, but he goes back and double checks his grades. They say they shouldn't be grading this high.
Trying to set up the screen, and that one caromed off of the pads. It looked like if Singleton hung in the air for a split second and set up a near interception for Spokane.
Illegal defense, number 56, back linebacker. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Another penalty on Spokane, giving the Rattlers an automatic first down.
And Dale, unofficially, I've got that as the fourth penalty that has extended a drive via the infraction on Spokane. The most critical one came to close out the half, which allowed the Rattlers an untimed down. Opens up the door for more points here as Singleton takes the handoff. He gets bounced into the backfield as youngster Carter got blown up at the point of attack that time.
Spokane knows that Rattlers going to try and do some of these, work on some of these things, run the football, throw in the screens a little bit. When you have a lead like this, as the third quarter now becomes less than a minute to go. A little more aggressive defensive posture by the Shock.
Looking back to the end zone for Reed, and that one just a little bit behind the intended receiver, Kerry Reed.
Well, again, as we said in the first half, you become so accustomed to watching this offense operate at such a high level of efficiency, it almost surprises you when you see a ball hit the ground.
10th play of the drive coming up here. Final 30 seconds of this third quarter.
Let's go.
And may have gotten an early jump by Spokane's Briggs again.
Ball start, number 15, offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Well, instead, the call will be against Arizona's Kerry Reed.
Trying to time up that hard count, and a lot of pressure on that motion guy when you're changing the snap count to alter his approach to the football.
Each team with a score in that third quarter. Not nearly as many fireworks, but the Rattlers still in command here. 56-20, Arizona on top as we head to the fourth.
Hey Rattler fans, I'm Chris Coraggio. Did you know that the busiest orthopedic hospital in the Valley is now the official hospital of your Arizona Rattlers? I'm talking about Oasis Hospital, which transforms the healthcare experience. They treat their patients just like family. And now they're part of the Rattlers family. Oasis is thrilled to partner up with the most exciting team in all of the Arena League. To learn more about Oasis Hospital, visit their website, oasishospital.com. And go Rattlers!
Come out and support your two-time defending AFL champion Arizona Rattlers. Great tickets still remain for the May 31st game with conference rivals, the San Jose SaberCats. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-TDTD for the greatest show on turf. We move to the fourth quarter here at Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center. Arizona leading Spokane 56-20. They have led the entire game, had one tie. That came back early in the first at 7-7. Rattlers threatening with more points here, but faced with a third and goal to go. Back at the 11. Davila steps up, throws across the middle to a diving Rod Windsor, unable to bring it in, and it falls incomplete.
James Ruffin with the pressure, number 44 for Spokane, hitting Nick just as he's about ready to get rid of the football. Ruffin came into the game 7.5 sacks, having a tremendous year for the Shock, and again another hit on Nick, and that's obviously what the Spokane Shock defense has been able to do all year long.
26-yard field goal attempt here from Barth. And puts that one off the nets and puts it into play. Here's Stevens on the return.
Field goal attempt no good. Stevens on the return. Tackle by Barth. Official timeout.
First field goal attempt on the season for Barth. A miss. So Spokane gets it. They'll have the football when we come back, but trailing 56-20.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
How do the Arizona Rattlers kick off their season? By improving their training skills at Fast Foothills Acceleration and Sports Training, where you can perfect your speed, agility, strength. By honing in on these key skills, you will have the winning edge and ability to compete at the highest of levels. Foothills Sports Medicine. Train like the pros, perform like the pros.
The Arizona Rattlers are back on Cox 7, ready to defend their title. Don't miss exciting Rattlers action this season as Coach Kevin Guy and the Rattlers take on the AFL in their quest for a third straight title. Stay with the Cox 7 sports team all season long as they bring you fast-paced, action-packed, crowd-pleasing Arizona Rattlers arena football. Championship football is back on Cox 7, Sunday at 5 p.m. as the Rattlers travel to Los Angeles to take on the Kiss.
Lots of hardware there. That being the hand of the long time Rattlers man on the bike, Fang. Right now enjoying what he is seeing along with the rest of the fans here at Auction Field as Arkeith Brown leaping to make the INT, his second of the afternoon.
Really nice job by Brown. Watch it happen over here. Ball's going to hang up just a little bit longer than you'd like if you're the quarterback on the deep out, but just great reaction time. And understand, when you're a defensive back going up for an interception, Keith coming in the game with 3 interceptions, as you said, his second one today. Not only do you have the receiver coming at you, but you have the dasher board coming at you as you see the pressure that led to that interception.
Jason Murrieta in, turns, 1 and done. Touchdown, Arizona.
Well, again, as we said, you're not running up the score in arena football. You're going to watch over here. It's just a better route, better execution. Jason Murrieta getting some snaps, barely over the outstretched hands of Bryant Nabufi, and able to score the touchdown.
Barth with the extra point, and the Rattlers extend the lead. All Arizona here in this Snake Pit today. 63-20.
Multitainment Center, where kids are the stars.
Sanderson Ford, country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford country.
Sanderson Ford.
Another dominant performance today by the Arizona Rattlers, and Rod Windsor on the receiving end of 4 Nick Davila touchdown strikes.
Well, what you love about, again, all these receivers, watch how they catch the football. Big, strong hands, big, strong bodies, can fight off press coverage, run through traffic. Their play begins when they catch the football. None of them like to be tackled. They all want to score. Just almost a prototypical Kevin Guy receiving core.
21 touchdown grabs on the season for Windsor. Here's the kick from Barth. Paul Stevens back in the place with Sanders on the return. Brings it out to the 15 and finally ridden down out near midfield.
Stevens on the return.
And Nick Miller down there on coverage along with Kerry Reed. Oh, and this is a tough stretch for Spokane, Dale, because you come in here today 5-3. San Jose victorious last night. You're without your starting quarterback for the foreseeable future, at least a month. You got to take on San Jose next week, albeit at home. But big 2-3 week stretch here for the Shock. As Washington makes the catch, but a short gain. Nice job defending there by Arkeith Brown.
And you take a look at it, like you say, they're 5-3, be 5-4 after this afternoon, but at the end of the day, and this is what's always so interesting, I don't care what sports you're talking about, it depends how you're playing in July for these teams. Can they weather the storm? They know they're going to lose a couple games here without your starting quarterback. Can you sneak a couple victories and get Meyer back towards the end of the year? Even if your record's not all that good, but you get into the playoffs with this defense and a good quarterback, you have a chance to beat anybody.
And their big receiving target, Tennell, again, sidelined today. with a leg injury. Cannell, you remember, first team All AFL last season. As we get a quick look at the standings.
As Rattlers are going to move to 9-0, and the Kiss and Talon might already be mathematically eliminated from winning their division. As good as the Rattlers are playing.
Portery looks, fires complete. Second and short here for Spokane. Portery, lots of time. Looks, end zone, touchdown, Washington.
And that's the thing, you can see, you give a quarterback some time to survey the field, throw the football, even down here in the red zone where those windows are tighter and it's much more difficult to complete passes because you can't run deep routes, and the defense knows that. You give him some time and you can see there's some potential in Donovan Portery.
High snap. Rowan kind of stutter stepping as a result, and the point after no good. 9:23 to play here in the fourth. All Rattlers 63-26.
I like to go out on the town, hit the floor, and double down. Casino, Arizona, win your way.
I like to play a slot or two, catch a game
With my crew, Casino, Arizona, win your way. Here they know my name.
They got my favorite game.
If you're not here, you're lame.
Really?
Sorry.
Casino, Arizona, win your way.
Arizona's luckiest place has a new look. Check it out today.
(63-26), Arizona leading Spokane. Let's check in with Lindsey Smith.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, our social player tonight is Cliff Dukes. You can follow Cliff on Instagram and Twitter at Cliff Dukes. And while you're out there following him, be sure to congratulate him on his new engagement to his beautiful fiancée, Justine. We also had Facebook fan and Biggest Klaus ask us about his pregame ritual, and I caught up with him before the game. He said he likes to have a big breakfast. He takes a lap around the field when he arrives, and he actually likes to listen to Dave Matthews before the game. Guys.
All right, thank you very much, Lindsey.
Dave Matthews.
Always interesting to hear the different pregame rituals that that players go through. Now, what were your pregame rituals, Dale Ellestrade?
I made sure I had a big breakfast.
Any laps around the field?
I did not go out onto the field before game.
A wild bounce, and I believe Spokane has come away with it, and they have. Washington getting downfield, the ball taking a high bounce. Miller unable to corral it, and the Shock come up with a special team score.
And those are certain, there's certain things you can control in this game, and there's certain things you can't. Nice job by Washington hustling downfield. You can't control the bounce of this football. See it hit the metal bar, bounces out, and still had a chance to grab it. Give Washington credit for covering up that football.
Another poor snap. Rowan throwing at a man behind the defender, Arkeith Brown.
2-point conversion attempt, no good. Flag on the play.
Illegal shift, Spokane. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is, point is no good.
8:37 to go, fourth quarter.
Tough to get that snap down. You see Ryan Cave sneak out in the corner of the end zone and hoping for a 2-point catch. So, Coach, you just got to try and keep this group together right now. Able to fight through these next couple weeks, as we talked about. So, but no, pregame rituals, it's interesting because I know very few guys who aren't superstitious. I mean, we used to term it stupid-stitious, but yet you couldn't get away from it.
Right.
If you had a good game, guess what? You were taking the same route to the stadium. You're arriving at the same time. You had a taping order. But that is one thing I see college teams do it now in the fall, to where they bring out 15, 20 guys and they go through about a 20-minute workout before they go back in to get dressed and come back out for regular warm-ups. I'm already tired watching them pre-stretch.
Miller clears it, splits the defenders, racing down the sideline and stretching out for the goal line. Just missed it by about 2 feet. Trying to atone for that last little mishap, and very nearly does so.
Really, really nice job. Decisive. Picks his lane. Good blocking up front. Remember, we talked about the size of all these wide receivers. Well, then you have Nick Miller, 5'9", 180 pounds, with great explosiveness and determination. Able to almost get it into the end zone.
Miller, though, one of those fearless players, made his living on the NFL level special teams, and has brought that same attitude and approach here. And you see the numbers for Jason Murrieta. They give to Singleton, and Singleton goes in upright for the Arizona score.
Nice job by Singleton, but Michael Huey, they move him into the backfield here. They send him into motion because he's got such great athleticism, and watch the block that he throws right there to open up that hole. Just a tremendous job being athletic. The block on Josh Pleasant of the Shock.
Point after is good from Bart. And for the third time this season, Arizona putting 70 points or more on the board. 7:08 to play. Arizona 70, Spokane 32.
Sanderson Ford, country, community, and complete customer satisfaction. Committed to supporting our troops. Committed to giving back to our community. Committed to providing a better future for our children. And finally, committed to providing a stress-free buying experience with honesty and integrity.
Our product is Ford. Our business is people.
Commitment to Arizona. This is Sanderson Ford country.
Sanderson Ford.
The fastest, most exciting football in the Valley is back as the two-time defending four-time world champion Arizona Rattlers try to battle their way to a third straight Arena Bowl title. Catch your Rattlers as they strike Saturday at 6:30 against the Jacksonville Sharks. Tickets on sale now at azrattlers.com or 602-514-TDTD.
/70 to 32, Arizona rolling past Spokane. Let's check in with Chris Harris.
And thank you so much, guys. We got a new look on all of the helmets starting this weekend. The Arena Football League has added some sensors to the back of the helmet. And basically what these things are doing, they're to collect some data throughout the rest of the regular season here. And once they compile all that information, they will take it to the next step for next season to try to improve the player safety of these guys. So the theory is once the helmets get hit a little too hard, they will go red, the color red, and then the players will come off the field and the players will get checked out and making sure they're okay before they can go back out there, guys. But it's all about collecting the data as they move forward for safety here in the AFL. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Stevens with a nice return, bouncing off of Marquise Floyd. But great step by the Arena Football League.
Well, it's always interesting. They got him on for practice because you talk about superstitions and habits and things like that. Players don't like their helmets and things messed with. So this is something new. I know it doesn't affect them, but you'd be amazed what little things can affect players. And I think it's great. Now, what we were told, they're still trying to figure out the nuances and the rules, but your training staff is still going to supervise your players. And just because the sensor goes off or shows a certain color,
77, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It will still be up to your trainer as to whether you're back in the game or you go into the concussion protocol. But I think it's a great first step.
Yeah, because certainly part of that data that they will be collecting is the sensor itself. Is it too sensitive? Does it need to be recalibrated? And how it impacts just the overall play. But you love the league having that kind of approach as they focus on the players' health.
Well, remember,
in the AFL.
Some guys' heads are harder than other guys' heads, and what might light up red on your head might not light up red on mine.
Second and 5 here for the rookie quarterback Portery. Completes it underneath to Washington, but enough for Spokane first down. And Pittman hobbling off.
Remember, defensive-wise, the way you're measured in arena football is how many stops did you get in a particular game. And last week, this defense had 6 stops, which is an absolutely tremendous amount for a defense in one arena football game.
Yeah, on 11 possessions. That's what made it even more staggering. Clock continues to move, and Coach Kevin Guy can't move fast enough because now you've got the win sealed up. You just want to get out of here unscathed. As you see Remington, part of that defense that wreaked havoc today. Remington with his first ever touchdown on any level. Where he completes to Black here on the near side.
See young Dorsey out there having a lot of fun, and the range that he has, he's, can be a tremendous defensive back, but with that athleticism and length and speed, he makes for the ideal jack linebacker in this arena football league. And he's getting a chance to get some snaps, which will only pay off more down the road.
Portery looks across the middle, had his receiver Black there, but pass a little bit high. Sails incomplete.
A little high, and the ball looked like it might have been there just a little bit quicker than Stephen Black thought it was going to be, and that was because Tyree Glasper was right in Portery's face as he was trying to get rid of the football.
quarter. He flushed out of the pocket, diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Spokane.
10 yards for the Spokane touchdown.
Both coaches want to get out of this game without any injuries. As you see Portery limping off the field a little bit. Good coverage downfield. You're going to watch the protection. Nice pocket. Nowhere to go with the football. Decides to keep the ball. Tucks it in as he crosses the goal line.
And another block kick. This Rattlers special teams unit.
Tell you what, that fan caught the ball as there's a herd of football players chasing after him. Duke's able to get his hand on it. Nice job crossing his hands. That's the way you have to block a kick. And ball bounced into the stands. And it's one of the perks of coming to arena football games is you get to keep those as souvenirs.
Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514.
One of the young fans there. She's.
That's better than a foul ball.
Absolutely. Here's the Cox 7 TV schedule for your Arizona Rattlers at LA and then at Portland again in the Kiss and Thunder coming here. Auction Field is Cliff Dukes enjoying another fabulous afternoon.
Well, you know what the conversations will start turning to is the Rattlers moving to 9-0 is this a team that can win them all? And that will start to dominate some conversations. So many variables, obviously.
Holt takes another wild bounce off of the nets. Brown able to reel it in.
But if this team can stay healthy, keep your quarterback Davila healthy, and I haven't seen a team that can beat them yet. And obviously, Cleveland on the other side is undefeated, but it's just something that will start to take over conversation if your head coach, Kevin Guy, you're trying to focus in on this week, and after this evening, then you'll start to focus in on next week.
Marietta completes it near sideline to Rod Windsor. We approach a minute to play. Special thanks as always to our fabulous crew. Kevin Block, Jeffrey Robertson, Tanner Locust, Leah Groff, Scott Olson, Scott Cruz, Garrett Savage, Jeremy Davis, Weston Watson. Our boys down on the ground there, right in the middle of the bullets flying. Brings us to the 1-minute warning. And this game really, for all intensive purposes, Dale, was over at halftime with that incredible swing of really 21 points.
Remember Spokane going in on the 1-yard line. You try and get the ball over the goal line, gets knocked loose. Rattlers run it back for a touchdown, and then another Spokane penalty gives the Rattlers an untimed down to score another touchdown. And
yeah, it was essentially 7 that Spokane didn't get and 14 that Arizona did. And they had 49 points on the board at the break and really have been in cruise control ever since.
Remember, in arena football, you can't take a knee in the last minute when you have the lead or the clock will stop. That's why you have to do a quarterback sneak and be moving forward.
Some of the rest of our crew today: Don Shea Brown, Chris Schmoll, Ronald Bruce, Alex Rincon, Scott Santiago, our fabulous red hat Bob McGahee keeps the traffic moving down there on the field. Mike Tobin, Brittany Dean, Gib White. Great job as always, ladies and gentlemen. And the Rattlers cruising to another victory, remaining unbeaten. Here's tonight's Ultrastar Multi-Tainment Center at Auction Circle. Play the game. Check out ultrastarauction.com for more.
We just talked about it. Kellum running the ball back. Breaks a few tackles. Remember, you're going in to make it a 2-possession game right there. And who knows what's going to happen if you could onside kick it and maybe get another possession. But Rattlers knock it loose. Kellum comes up with the ball, scored the touchdown. And for all intents and purposes, put Spokane away.
70-38 the final. We'll be back to wrap things up after this.
The Auction Indian community and Troon Golf invite you to tee up a pure golf experience at Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club. Ranked as one of the top 10 best courses you can play in Arizona by Golf Week, Auction Southern Dunes is known for its relaxed atmosphere, premier course conditions, and spectacular service. Just 30 minutes south of Sky Harbor Airport, Auction Southern Dunes features stunning golf and a casual yet elegant restaurant. Visit us at golfsoutherndunes.com for the best available rates. Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club, a pure golf experience.
Are you a weekend warrior? Do you know where to turn to if you get hurt? We do. At Foothill Sports Medicine Physical Therapy Centers, we provide an individualized hands-on treatment plan based on your specific injury. We aim to restore function and to prevent re-injury. Call or stop by any of our 12 convenient valley-wide locations to receive a free assessment.
The Arizona Rattlers are back on Cox 7, ready to defend their title. Don't miss exciting Rattlers action this season as Coach Kevin Guy and the Rattlers take on the AFL in their quest for a 3rd straight title. Stay with the Cox 7 sports team all season long as they bring you fast-paced, action-packed, crowd-pleasing Arizona Rattlers arena football. Championship football is back on Cox 7, Monday at 7 p.m. Watch the encore as the Rattlers host the Spokane Shock from the Snake Pit.
Back at Auction Field inside U.S. Airways Center. Another dominating performance today by the Arizona Rattlers as they improved to 9-0 following a 70-38 victory over the Spokane Shock, and with lots of things to be pleased about if you're Coach Kevin Guy, but none more so than what this defense has done now in consecutive weeks.
Well, remember, they wanted to come in and protect Nick Davila. I thought they did a pretty good job doing that. The Spokane defense led the league in sacks coming in this game, but that defense, last 2 weeks, they've been playing well throughout the season, but when you're physical and tough, and then you create those turnovers that not only create turnovers, but you're running back for scores, that's very difficult to beat.
Let's take a look at our Casino Arizona at Talking Stick Resort recap of the game. And you see the numbers of total yards pretty even, but the turnover number just something you're not going to win too many games, if any at all, with 6 turnovers in a contest.
Turnovers and then the penalties, and we always talk about penalties, and sometimes it's not the number of them, it's when they happen. And it happened in a couple inopportune times for the Spokane team.
Let's send it downstairs and check in with Chris Harris.
Thank you so much, guys. You talk about the takeaways. The defense had 6 of them here this afternoon. 5 of those interceptions, 2 of them taken back for touchdowns. I'm here with Marquise Floyd and Arkeith Brown. Arkeith Brown with 2 of the interceptions here this afternoon. What was the key in the defensive secondary? You guys are so successful here this afternoon.
Well, we've been in practice. We've been talking about taking away the ball. You know, when the ball in the air, go attack the ball. So we've been practicing all week, and we just came out and attacked the ball.
And one of those interceptions you had, take us through it. You went flying into the crowd to make the play.
Well, I seen the ball in the air and I was close to it, so I just jumped in the stands to go get it.
Now, you guys had 9 takeaways in the first 7 games of the season. This last 2 games, you've had 9 total here. What's changed?
We're just trying to get better and get better. You know, no stepping back. So we go out to practice. We practice hard, and it shows in the game.
Thanks so much, Arkeith. Appreciate it. Now bringing in Marquise Floyd, an interception here this afternoon. Now has 4 in the last 2 weeks. He's the reigning AFL Defensive Player of the Year, along with teammate Cliff Dukes. Marquise, talk about your play as of late. What's been working for you?
Just been trying to, like Arkeith said, man, just been trying to attack the football. We go out. Coach Guy just told us we just playing defense 2 straight up in these first couple weeks. So the last couple weeks, man, we just try to attack the football.
46 career interceptions, number 6 all time in the AFL. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, man. You know, the AFL been good to me. I was here. I started back in 2006 before the league folded and everything, and the AFL been real good to me, man. I got a couple of my teammates from San Jose already in the Hall of Fame, and I'm just trying to join them.
You talk about how you've been around, a 9-0 start to this season. What's been the key to the play here so far halfway through the year?
You know, we got a potent offense, and the defense been stepping it up these last 2 weeks on getting turnovers and stops. But we got a young group back there in the secondary. I'm kind of the veteran back there, so kind of keeping them in line, and we just trying to play hard, man, and go after the football.
And next week, you guys head down to play the LA Kiss. Your thoughts about taking on the new expansion team?
Well, you know, they've been had a rough season, rough start, you know, being an expansion team. But like I said, the team's going to improve. They're going to improve week to week, or they're going to get worse. And I think LA been improved because they got a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Garcia down there. He didn't have a lot of time this week to put in his offense, but I guarantee you he'll have some stuff for us in store for us when we go down there.
What challenges does Garcia bring to the table?
He bring confidence for one. They can get a confident group down there. They got some good receivers. And he just bring a veteran, somebody that know the game, a play caller that know the game down there. He had a rough week last week, and I don't look for him to have a rough week 2 weeks in a row, so we got to go down and be ready to play.
Look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Rattlers get it done once again, 9-0 on the season, guys. Let's send it back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much, Chris, and 2 very happy defenders, and that 10,000-watt smile from Marquise Floyd. He'll be smiling until this time next week.
You got to love it, and again, that's what Coach Guy has said. He wanted them to play not scared in the backfield, more aggressive, and that's what they've done.
Yeah, play the football, and they have certainly done that and then some over the last 2 weeks. Another victory here for the Rattlers on the home field, 70-38, the final. Off on the road, as you heard them mention, taking on the LA Kiss next week, and you can catch that game right here on Cox 7. Our next home telecast of Rattlers football on Cox 7 is June 21st, when the Kiss get their first taste of the Snake Pit. Our pregame coverage will begin at 5:30 p.m. with kickoff at 6:05. Tune in right here on Cox 7, HD 1007, or as always online at cox7.com. Special thanks to our entire fabulous Cox 7 crew. Beth Pockman, our stage manager, Jared Donnins on stats here today. For Chris Harris, Lindsey Smith, our director, Pete Gordon, producer.
Corner on the keeper.